At least I'm unmuted now, so people know that I'm still here. But I'm just trying to get my stream up on my right hand here on my other screen. But I have an issue. Thank you, PlayStation. Thank you. I love you. Really, but you.
You know that could be why Discord screws up at times, is because you have something actually trying to watch the stream at the same time.
Yeah, it's called a PlayStation 4. You heard about it?
No, because I didn't even hear what you said.
No, you don't listen to what I. Can you bully me for
No,
that?
I didn't hear what you said because you lagged.
Yes, because Discord is like.
Telling you, this may not.
I'm blaming. Wait. Okay, so it is about. Okay, everything is fine. I'm not going crazy. Do I have anything else? I could turn off Spotify because I'm. I wish I could turn off Skype, but.
Yeah, we won't be needing Skype for now.
Hopefully not, because.
Yeah, because it kind of ruins our overlay thing. Oh, I should probably. I don't have chat open for during our
I wonder if the worst if
intermission
it's.
parts.
I
mean, I
don't
like
haven't. Bing. So okay, I'm done with my thing. Now, for the most important part of every stream I do,
Which is
opening my energy drink.
Nice. It's too bad that's. You said you're unmuted on your side, right?
Yes, I am unmuted, and but it's like the most important thing of my stream: energy drink.
I'm not even unmuted at the moment. I'm just still the starting screen. Actually, I might go get mid, just so. See, that is a thing. We should actually have a. What is it? We should actually try to have like a thing in the podcast, like staying hydrated type of deal. Doesn't matter what. I know a lot of people are like, oh, water, stay hydrated, but screw
Yeah,
that.
there's
One
a
of us is having
bottle
energy
for it.
drink. The other one's probably having a soda.
Yeah, we both. I always have something to drink on the stream. If I don't, you need to call the cops because something is wrong. And call the army.
More like just call the ambulance. There's something wrong with you.
Call Ed, like the president of the United States, like he's not drinking energy drink on stream.
Let's take him down. Just here at the front door. Please open up. All right, hold on. I'll be right back.
So I'm basically. It's basically we both had. So yeah, I'm going quiet at the moment. It's cool. And I don't talk a lot that low. Okay, I'm totally not. I'm just waiting for him coming back here and say I'm not crazy, and he's gonna be like, he is definitely. Live stream.
That's pretty bad.
Jesus fucking Christ!
every time. It's like I come back to hearing.
Welcome back.
I mean, seriously, hold on just a second. Hold on a second.
So for today, I'm not trying to swear because I'm a nice Christian boy. Except if he scares me, because that then I'm allowed to swear. And I'm totally not crazy. What I talk?
Hold on, I'll be back again.
Kidding, guy. Apparently, not here. That's. I don't get what's. Whoa. That was okay. I'm just sitting talking again. I always like. That's weird. I can't do a podcast myself talking stuff. I have a tendency to be able to talk a lot about stuff. Yeah. Also, so many ideas. I my brain. It's not good. Gonna do not do that. That's what I wanted to do. Stop it. Oh, stop it. Yes. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm. Act. We have one topic. No, we got two. A little bit hard to do a podcast myself when we are two. You know? Good to. That just sound like I'm crazy. You know. Got you. Weak. Um. We are starting soon. I promise. The stream has started for me. Discord. stuff like that. Probably comes on F up. Yeah. Wait a second. Okay, I gotta ask. Yeah, be dumb. I knew it. I knew it is gonna scare me. And you probably heard me say he's gonna scare me. And of course, but
actually. So yeah, my bad for the delays. Hold on a second, I'll start my end. There's a bunch of random crap happening. Okay.
What?
Let me go and set it up.
I heard sounds.
Okay.
See, I'm not crazy. There's always people here. I'm not crazy.
Hold on a sec.
Okay, the heat is killing me right now.
Done. Well, I partially heard that, I think. And that was a huge ear rape of.
Yeah, I have to move because I'm dying of heat.
Yeah.
In Sweden.
It's a little hot here too, except for in well, it wasn't that much today. Today was a little bit colder because of a weather front. It was kind of nice.
Yes. So we have one topic we know we're gonna talk about because we are smart people. We plan ahead.
Is it the one we just recently added, or what? Or are you talking about one that's been weeks overdue?
Is it like Is it like everything we have on that list right now? Weeks overdue.
Well, one of them's maybe 1 week overdue, which is fine. Because our
is that SWFO? I think
weeks.
SW is the one that's like 1 week. Oh, that's 2 weeks. No,
Yeah,
that's
I'm just saying, because when it comes down to it, if you think about it, it's like every. Because our original schedule, I say original because it's been past that, is every 2 weeks. So.
But someone had issues.
You said one of the topics that you said that is outdated technically isn't, because it falls within that schedule.
Yeah, and we were gonna do last week, and I think that was one of the things that happened about at the same time was SWFO. You guess what I'm talking about? You don't, because we are smart people.
Well, that's what I mentioned. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I think we should we start with that, or should we start with the CG stuff? Not CGI, CG. We secret coding language in the nerd ensemble. Nerd. Can't get enough of it.
There's only CG. What are you on about?
Yeah, but I said not CGI.
I mean, I know you mean like the term, but still, CG still works in that case. So, bully.
You're a bully.
No, that's not at all what that means. Okay.
There's a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I guess we could start with SW, if you wish. But first of all, before I mention anything, I should actually start recording. So, okay then. So, very belated intro bit, but welcome to the podcast of Nerd Ensemble, episode 3. Yay! So, this voice here, Nexus, for if you can't see on screen, say because I'm probably gonna make this an audio only thing at some point. So
it's Nexus. It's Nexus. I'm not Nexus.
Okay. Yeah, that's not Nexus, and I'm Nexus. Here we go. No. At least say your name.
Sweden Catboy Gaming and Sweden Boy Gaming, depending on where you're watching me.
I just mainly put Sweden Boy Gaming everywhere that your thing is.
Also, one thing he should do though is because, or actually, this stream, or I want to give you this. Write the title "Not a Nexus" on my name, not Nexus, just because of the joke. It's such a perfect joke. I'm gonna Yes. I don't think he's
roll
understanding.
with it. Go for it. Who cares? Just go for it. Don't need explanation. Go. Do you joke?
I've already done it.
I didn't hear. What was it? Kind of lagging a little bit there. What was it?
Kids these days, I'm telling you, back in my day.
Well, back in your day, people actually did podcasts in the same room. It's kind of hard to do it these days.
We didn't even have internet. I make sound like I'm
That's
like
pretty sure.
50 years old, but in reality I'm 22. Back in my day, a podcast was 4 men sitting on at a table.
That sounds like the fakest old man ever.
You're a fake old man.
I mean, I'm not even trying to be fake, so what do you want about?
I'm not trying to be fake. Have you been lying about your age?
No, let's go ahead and start with the topic. Let's start with our topic. So, yeah.
So, basically, EA, everyone's favorite company.
That's so.
Yes!
You know, I didn't think about that in our conversation earlier. A little bit off topic, already digressing. But earlier we were talking about our favorite game companies and not favorite. We're just basically talking about favorites and stuff we don't like. And it didn't even pop into my mind about EA. No, that would typically be the worst company that I know.
That's like the company is like pushed at the side right now, so nobody cares about them.
It just pushed completely out of my mind that I didn't even think it existed. What we were talking about.
And then I'm like, EA, everyone's favorite company, EA. You're like, oh yeah, they do exist.
It's like, oh yeah, those guys exist. Forgot about that. Even though I own a couple of their games.
Yeah, you own Star Wars Battlefront 1 probably, you own Star Wars Battlefront 2. The new ones. The older ones are only LucasArts and I don't know.
EA fronts. EA Front 1, EA Front 2, Mirror's Edge Games. What else do I own from? Titanfall.
Didn't own any of the Harry Potter games. The more IRL, not the Lego ones. Because I owned Harry Potter Half-Blood Prince. That was made by EA. Yeah, or at least released by them. I don't know if they were.
EA games, it's in the game, buddy.
Yeah, it's in the game. But yeah, and
anyway,
you can't forget
back to the topic of EA.
Yes, so they are releasing another. What I have felt like when I watched the trailer of it was a new Star Wars: The Force Unleashed game, basically. But because Force Unleashed is, I think, under LucasArts only, they can't really use that name.
No, they can.
Technically,
LucasArts sold everything.
Yeah, that is some other company in that gaming genre that they can't use the Unleashed stuff. I think it's more than
it's not it's part of the developer thing, because the developers making the new one is the same folks that made Titanfall 2. That's the point.
Yeah. But
So
basically, Fallen Order is a new Star Wars game coming out in I think 29th of November, I think I read. Not 100%.
I think so, but anyway. So yeah, Star Wars Fallen Order. It's being made by Respawn Entertainment. That's the name of the devs. And people who made Titanfall and everything, which in a way makes you think, okay, that's gonna be good. And just to do a little tiny summary what the game's gonna be, it's gonna take place during the, I think, what was it? Oh yeah.
Is it between Clone Wars again and episode 4?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, because but I understood that, or it's going after or under the new movies, because there's an issue. They don't.
It is definitely between Clone Wars and 4, because it talks about Jedi still being alive and stuff like that. So it would make more sense.
No, they say that the Jedi's are fallen. So it must be.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're falling around. That's what I'm talking about.
That's getting interesting.
Insert Avenge the Fallen meme here. Get it? I'm getting some Avengers stuff in here. Anyway. Okay, now this is. I'm definitely cutting that out in the edit. We don't need to be slurping drinks down during a thing.
Oh, don't worry, I have a whole soda left also.
Professional.
Yeah, I'm a professional gamer, not a professional
they only-
podcaster. Two different things.
Do what you wouldn't do in your professional gaming point, which apparently is what you still do. Anyway, so to continue the whole thing, of what it's about is between Clone Wars and Episode 4, and I already forgot the guy's name.
Yeah.
About it goes the story of a Jedi just going through that point. I don't know. I've only watched the trailer maybe twice.
I watched it
That's
once,
so
and
it
basically
didn't
I
fall
remember Palpatine being in it saying execute Order 66.
Yeah, because he found one of the transmissions from a clone.
Yeah.
Found one of the things. What it's called? Transmitter. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, and if I don't know if the tweet is, I think it's true because it become a meme about the tweet about it's being a single player, no microtransactions, and
Yeah, it was because people were like, "Oh, it's EA. That means I don't want to buy it because it sucks. It's being made by EA." Like, two things. One, it's being made by Respawn. EA is a publisher, so that's just that. And two, even though Titanfall 2, yeah, it did kind of have some little loot box elements, but the campaign was great. And this is going to be a single player only game. So this much I believe in, that they're not going to add anything to it. What kind of loot boxes are you going to add to a single player only game?
you
What
can
are you
get
gonna do?
this. You can get Obi-Wan's laser sword that is so completely laser sabers. I don't.
Well, if it's color of lightsabers or something, that's just cosmetics, and honestly, that's fine for DLC or something. In a way, that's kind of fine.
That's
I
why.
prefer it to be unlockable, but still, yeah.
That's why going into another thing EA and Respawn have done is Apex. But we have talked about it before, but here they just did a loot box system with only cosmetics, and so did Blizzard and stuff like that, and that is fine in a way.
It's fun in general. There's no downside to that. I mean,
It depends
that's
how.
what you should do.
That
You should
depends
do
how you say it,
microtransactions,
though,
that's the point.
because you have also the gambling aspect to it, and
No,
that
it's the point. Look, it's the point with the cosmetics that all it does is just change the look of things. So in that case, perfectly fine for you to go ahead and have microtransaction 4 because there's no. It's not like it's gonna help you win or anything. It's to make you look different.
is
That's
it.
what things should
But
do.
I think wasn't Battlefield 1 that added in like you could get the weapon and stuff from the loot boxes.
Yeah, but that's a different weapon. That's not cosmetics.
No,
That has
and
nothing to do
there
with
is
cosmetics.
where I get like no, I don't like that. That's making it like it depends on how you could do it though. If
I
like
mean, yeah, that would be the pay to win scenario. Getting a weapon out of it instead of like say you're level 12, getting a level 50 weapon out of a loot box. Like, yeah, that's pay to win, and that's wrong. Shouldn't do that. But yeah,
yeah, that is where we go in. But yeah, that's the good part about Fallen Order. Do we find any? Okay, so what can be the downside of the game though?
of the game in general. I mean,
Fallen
I don't
Order.
really think much. I don't really think much because it is a new story in a sense. I mean, yeah, you're still going through the same like story, inserting more branches into this actual storyline. Because as you mentioned before, we have Force Unleashed, which took place during around the same time. So now we're having this taking place. So I don't know. I mean, it seems fine, really. I don't really see how much they could screw it up unless they rush it to death.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have a whole year basically, or at least 6 months, 8 months. Now my math is off,
Depends
but
on how long they're gonna take,
but yeah, and
still.
they have until at least November to complete it, and then
I mean,
they
yeah,
already
besides,
have a
obviously
trailer
they have
for
enough
it,
time.
so they probably
Yeah,
have
they've already
worked
developed
on this.
a lot.
Yeah.
I I mean, I'm sure they've already got a lot developed, and they still have plenty of time to finish.
Yeah. As you said, it's not gonna be a lot of downside, but I think one downside is gonna be that it's still playing out around Clone Wars. That's probably gonna be
Well,
one
it's
of
not
the
gonna be in the
downsides.
Clone Wars. It's like not even the Clone or past Clone Wars. It's between episode 3 and 4 because Clone Wars is before 3, so it's still between 3 and 4.
Yeah, but that's the Clone Wars did go on until after episode 3. Clone Wars is basically the whole time.
Yeah, but people don't really consider that
Yeah.
in a sense the timeline.
But yeah, but it's right after the Clone Wars, and like we said, Unleashed was also after Clone Wars. But that's gonna be a downside, I think, because it's around the same time.
Well, not exactly. I feel like it's gonna go like right as Order 66 was executed. So it's like as soon as that came out, that's when this story is going to take place. It wasn't like that for Force Unleashed. There was still some time in between when Darth Vader was going out and actually killing Jedi and doing that stuff. And then you have Star Killer in. And there was plenty of years in between that to go for. So I'm pretty sure the time zones between these two games are still going to be pretty different.
Yeah, that's the only difference. But I think like I would want to have something around the era that is now. Even what people said. I watched Last Jedi last week, I think, or this week. When did I mention that? I think it was this. I watched it because it was out on Netflix. I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch it because watched it yet, so watch it. And I thought it was decent. It wasn't. It was more of a dragged out one, continuous story. So basically, yeah, I wanted around this era that is now because it's a little bit like it's newer. It's like fresher stories, and you can actually do something. But continuing around the Clone Wars and around episode 4 is getting like older, and we have done so much already on that part.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of know what you mean, but at the same time, no one's really gone with this story in the form of a game, like, during this exact point, I suppose.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, you can always go on that. But yeah, I think the story's gonna be great anyways. That's the point. The only downside for me is that it's around that we have done so much around. Like, you have the classic Battlefront games. Those two both is technically going over both Clone Wars and Rebel Wars. I don't know what to call it, episode 4 to 6, but like the Rebel Wars.
You mean Rebels?
Yeah, Rebels.
What?
The Rebel War against the Empire. The 4 to 6.
That's not even called the Rebel Wars.
I don't know what to call it. That's why I call it Rebel War.
I don't know, just the Galactic Empire stage, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's still going on,
like,
basically, because
is the First Order stage. So just a different stuff.
yeah, so but around those stuff, like when the Galactic, when Lord Vader ruled the Empire.
He didn't rule the Empire, but okay.
Yeah, but he was basically the ruler. Well, Palpatine sat in the background watching him.
No.
I mean, if you watch, technically he did rule it because
knight in that sense. Like if you're thinking of like that sense, like he was like the knight.
Yeah, but he was the one that everyone feared. They didn't even care about Palpatine. It was because like
I mean, they did. Just he was the background element.
Yeah, nobody cared about him because the one they feared was it Palpatine. But now my cat needs to get out. Why do you need to get out when I'm busy, dumb cat?
Complete digression. Considering we're all the way over here in a different Star Wars take, and then we got freaking something about a cat. But
the cat is about to get out.
To go back to the point with Fallen Order, I still feel like it's gonna be fine. I mean, especially when it comes to the developers Respawn, because they did do a pretty good job on Titanfall 2. I mean, especially when it came to what they did with the first Titanfall, it was like, yeah, that wasn't so good campaign wise because it wasn't really much of one. It was literally multiplayer with some cutscenes. That was it, or with like story elements placed inside of it. Then you have 2, which had the actual campaign, and it was actually pretty good. So now you have this. I feel like they are going in a good way.
Yeah, I believe so too. Story wise, I hope they don't mess up the gameplay. No, that's an important factor.
That is a thing when it comes to Star Wars games. You need to have the right sort of aspect. Like, how is the lightsaber system going to work? Like lightsaber battles. How is the gunfights going to go? If it's going to be able to switch around, like you can use a lightsaber or a blaster, or and also how are the Force abilities going to be? Because you're going to be playing as a Jedi, so you got to have good Force abilities.
Yeah.
What you're going to be able to do. Also, is there gonna be many quick time events, because that kind of just sours down the experience in games. Even the good games these days have quick time events, and you're just thinking to yourself like, don't let there be too much in this game. Let us do the work.
I mean, basically, that was good with Unleashed because it was like every boss battle or any special creature, you had that quick time. You have to be fast to
It was
click.
really, I mean, in a way, I kind of appreciate the fact you have these like little cinematic moments with them. In a way, that's kind of okay, but it's like I want to be able to do that. Like, why don't you let me rip that guy's arm off instead of you having to do it by pressing square, or hey, I'm pressing triangle and boom, I just freaking slice his head off. Like,
Yeah.
why can't you let me do
Wait
that?
until you get a full dive VR set. That is when you're gonna do it.
Oh,
Oh,
so playing Star Wars VR, which is a thing already.
yes, but I mean a proper one where you can actually up yourself. Oh,
Yeah, it's not realistic ones yet, but it's still there. So, yeah. Okay. Well, that's basically all we could say about that game, because, you know,
don't
we
have
just have
any
to
more
wait until,
information on it
just,
yet.
yeah, wait until more developers talk more about it. I mean, there was a huge panel, and, they had little questions, which, actually, yeah, I could talk about that a little bit. So, could
I
break
have
down the
not
trailer just
read.
a
I have
tad
not
bit.
read about that.
Watched. It's a panel. You watch panels, but anyway,
Read.
it's just basically from the trailer. So they were just talking about stuff in the trailer point. So one thing I like is, or one thing I find funny is there's a show called Gotham, which is basically the like Bruce Wayne as a kid, like becoming Batman in a sense. And I think whoever plays Joker, basically, that guy is the main character in Fallen Order. I'm pretty sure that's still the same guy. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the same guy,
Which is
which is
the
kind of
place the
funny.
Joker? The Batman.
in in well, not in Batman, but I'm saying the in the Gotham show, like it was like his name was Jerome, but I don't know the actor's name, so it was just somebody. So there was that, and then there was stuff like, did you ever watch the show Star Wars Rebels?
So no, I haven't. I watched Star Wars Clone Wars when that was. That was the only Disney series I have watched.
Yeah, with Star Wars Rebels, like they had these guys called the Inquisitors, which is basically like the lower step from Darth Vader. Like in a sense, they were trained in the ways of the lightsaber, but that's all they got. They didn't really get much. I mean, I'm pretty sure they got some kind of force ability, but I don't really think so. They were basically just people who would go after Jedi. They were mainly sent after them, and that's who's. There's actually Inquisitors in the game, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. With the
So in a sense,
one of
like
the
you have
main
actual
bad
trained
guys looked
people.
like one in the black
Then
suit.
there's
You see in the trailer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And there's also other ones. There's like other stormtroopers that are specific. I forgot their names, but they're specifically trained to hunt down Jedi at the same time to fight them. But they're not as good as an Inquisitor. It's like a step below them. So you have this like stage system of the like different stormtroopers you have to face.
But do they have the same aim as a stormtrooper?
Pretty sure they get harder within stage with each stage. So stormtrooper is going to be the trashiest as ever.
Like,
Stormtrooper try to like aim straight at your face, shoots, it ends up going 6 miles the other direction.
like,
Nope.
how did you get how did you get trained? I don't know. I got given a weapon. They told me to shoot.
See, this is why, this is why you don't hire new people in as stormtroopers. Just kept the clone program going. It would have worked out better. They were bred for combat. It's literally their motto. When you have stormtroopers, is like, I'm just some kid who got in the academy. It happens. No,
I mean, the clones wasn't that much better either, in my opinion.
no, they actually did kind of good.
Yeah, they hit at least a target, but
no, I mean they still did good. It depends on who they were. Mostly the higher ups did way better. But yeah.
Is it Rex? It was called the one of the higher ranked ones.
Yeah, like Rex, Cody, Wolf. Let's see, Rex, Cody, Wolf. There were other ones, but I can't remember the names. I recently watched Clone Wars 2, so I don't know. I think that's mainly all we can mainly talk about when it comes to Fallen Order. But yeah, I'm definitely. Whenever more stuff comes out about that, we'll talk more of it. But for now, there's nothing else to really talk about considering that.
Only we have is the information about the game. Is the trailer this far, to be honest.
Okay, it's really hard to do that.
Just waiting for you.
I was trying to delete. I was trying to delete it using like just my mouse, but it's like hard to do that. Okay, so
applause.
To also note, for anyone actually in the stream at the moment, like mine or, well, I don't know how he's doing it, you know, sweet, but anyway, my stream, the way I do it is that I don't look at chat, or I'll look at chat sometimes, but I won't really respond to it until like in the middle of topics.
Yes. So basically,
so
about now, if you have had anything written down, we're not gonna try to, unless it's something that is like obvious. I think we're both gonna understand. Like, yeah, this is a good thing said that fits in more as now. I think that's only time we're gonna.
I don't know, but mostly just like, you know, if you're gonna have anything to say towards the topics we're talking about, then you can go ahead and put it in the chat, and you know, we'll look through and in the middle of a topic or between switching, like, so there's anything else to add. And yeah. And by the way, someone in my chat has spoke 3 different languages.
Good job. Welcome to Russia. We don't speak English.
Fun fact. One of the sentences they said is in Russian. I'm pretty sure.
How could I know there was a Russian guy?
Because there's always a Russian. It's the same person. It's like hi, another word which, if it had an inye, that would have been year. But anyway, then there's other stuff. I'm not going to begin to translate that in case it's something I shouldn't be saying. But okay, we should move on to what topic today.
Well then.
What topic now?
I don't know. We have the CG like we talked about earlier, or we have the one we added yesterday, I think.
Ah, the newbie. We might as well get some old ones out of the way while we're at it. So, CG it is, meaning cloud gaming, and not in the sense you're thinking, you know, like, you know, we have some saves in the cloud or whatever. I mean, your entire games played in the cloud.
Yes, we're going up in space and we're gonna play the games in clouds.
There are no clouds in space.
The greatest failure.
The show is called Nerd Ensemble, and you have failed. You failed your duty as a nerd.
I mean, didn't I list up my nerd stuff a week ago, under this week? Anime, movies, series, gaming, not space!
I'm not nerd in many different ways. So.
Yeah, but I have also a list of nerdy stuff.
You're a limited nerd.
No, I nerd stuff that I think is important to me. But yeah, cloud gaming. Like, what was it? Yeah. A month ago, you had I think it was a month ago or 2 months ago, the Google Stadia was announced.
2 or 3. Yeah. I do have, fun fact, I should have read it before we started, like weeks ago when we came up with this topic. But I do have a Game Informer somewhere that literally talks all about it. Because I do have.
I mean, we basically know this. Yeah. The Google Stadia is basically, I think it was called Project Phoenix before, or if it was. They had a name. But that was beta testers and slash alpha testers. I don't know what state they were
Pretty
in.
sure.
Alpha.
Pretty sure it's alpha because.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's out
usually
in
what's
beta
it's like
basically
getting,
now. But yeah. So Google Stadia is basically the newest in the cloud gaming industry as far as coming out. That is, meaning you should be able to play any game basically anywhere on your PC. If you have not the best PC, you should be able to play games that aren't able to be played on that PC. As far as I know, I have not read if you're gonna have to pay for it. You're probably gonna have to, but you know.
I'm sure it's going to be paid for because that's how this system works. It makes a lot of sense that way.
Yeah.
Because you're basically have servers of very powerful computers running like remotely, and that's how you connect to those computers remotely and you play your games that way. So as long as you have a good internet connection and basic computer that can run I guess just run Chrome perfectly fine, then hey, you're most likely going to be okay. You're most likely going to be okay in that category.
I think it mentioned that you had to be able to run Chrome. So basically, if you, I think it's Windows 7 and up, because if you can't run on Windows 7, you're bad.
Well, some people can really badly run Windows 10 or not even run Windows 10, which I should know. I have a laptop that can't run Windows 10, but that's saying like I don't think those would work very well in this case. But when it comes to the whole cloud gaming thing, it's like a very old system. It's like a very old topic because back in the days when OnLive used to exist, did you ever have that?
No,
OnLive?
I don't think that was a thing. It may not even been a thing in Europe in general.
I think it was a Europe thing. It was in Europe because I'm pretty sure a lot of people talked about it there. But in a sense, it was basically like there were a bunch of different games in the cloud, so you can pay a subscription and then you get to play a bunch of different games just there. I mean, if you didn't have a subscription, you got to play the demos of those games. You could get on the game and they would have a little demo that you could play for like maybe 10, 15 minutes, I think, maybe just 30. But you could play it for that long and then it'll cut you off saying like, oh, your trial is expired. Then you can go back to play the game and, do it again, but you still have the same time limit. But you just go from there to there.
Yeah.
So in that case, that's basically what that was, a huge library of games. Later on, that got shut down. And then a bunch of other stuff come in, and now we have the latest edition, which is basically as we've been talking about, like Google Stadia. So,
yeah. And we have had both Xbox and PlayStation have had their own cloud gaming industry going on them for a few years now, I think.
Xbox is starting theirs in a sense, but it's different. They haven't had theirs. They haven't had a cloud gaming.
They are then sorry, but PlayStation have had it for a few years. It's not been existing in Europe. Yeah, it's terrible. It's good on your own console. It works perfectly. You can play fine.
Yeah, because with PlayStation, it was called PlayStation Now, and before it was just like Europe didn't have it. I mean, before I didn't even know that. He had to say that to me before, so I didn't know. But it was just to have a bunch of games running in the cloud, and there you go. But PlayStation's not very good with servers. They really suck at it. So it's not very playable. But then they also implemented a thing later down the road where you could download games off of PS Now and play it that way.
Oh, if it's for the PlayStation 4, sadly, because PlayStation 3 games.
PlayStation 4 games.
Yeah.
Mainly because they don't have any actual backward compatibility on the console.
That's what I think.
Sort of system for that.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, PS5 is supposed to have it in a sense. It's supposed to be PS4 compatible, and it's not been announced if it's going to, but they're thinking like 3 and stuff like that maybe. But mostly 4 is going to be. But to go back to the main ones, we're mainly talking about PC ones. I mean, before we go back, I just remembered you also said something about Xbox, but yeah, they don't. In a way, they don't actually have a online one. They have Game Pass right now, which is just you pay $10 a month and you can get a bunch of games to download for free. In that case, or not free, $10 a month. You get a bunch of games.
But it's basically free because of it's just $10. That's a thing.
In that sense, I suppose.
this is a thing I think is funny also when people say, but it's not free if you pay for it. But what if you buy the games alone? What would it cost then? How much would that go up to?
Well, it's going to cost way more, obviously, but
Yes.
at the same time, you also have like with with the Game Pass, it gives you like a discount, so there's that too. So yeah,
Yeah. But that is what I think is like. Yes, you get free games basically, but even if it's cost, it's free games because you pay less than what you would have done for getting all those games otherwise. Like I promise you, back when I was young, today games are too expensive compared to when 10 years ago I bought a game that a new game was $60 back when I was a kid. Now it's $70. They have hiked it, like,
it's
and
got
that
higher.
okay, and that is just the standard edition of every game.
Yes, imagine how it is for Xbox players being like, oh hey, you just pay $10 a month, and instead of like, oh hey, every month you get maybe 3 or 4 new games that come out, and they're all $60 to $70 each. So instead of that, you pay $10 a month, and for Xbox, anything Xbox exclusive gets put onto Game Pass immediately. So that's always nice.
Yeah.
So you just get that for $10 a month.
But then
So
think
it
about
comes out
this.
such.
Then you have deluxe edition, like that costs like $80 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's like, and then I'm not kidding. Okay, I gotta tell this. I think it's like like super deluxe edition or something on a game. It costs 110. $110 to get everything in the game basically, and it's not even that much. It's like skins and stuff like that. And maybe a season pass. So basically,
Yeah, stuff costs a lot.
so basically, cloud gaming today. That's also a thing we talked about when we talked about this topic in general. Is that this is the future now? This is gonna be the future zone. Like we're not
Yeah.
gonna pay for a console to have it there. We're gonna have a PC. We're gonna be able to play almost anything on a PC or
I
a.
mean, right now, think about it this way in a sense. I know we're digressing a lot. We went from cloud gaming, but to start off, we're already getting the services. But to start off, Xbox is already having their what a lot of people love to call the Xbox One Sad Edition. Because
Oh my
it's the
god!
Xbox One S All Digital Edition. So basically means they take out the disc drive. You can't have physical games. It's digital only. So in a sense, yeah, people are moving to digital platform only.
But I don't think it's
Kinda
that.
weird
That's
they have to
gonna
make a console
not
for that.
work. Me and my friend talked about that yesterday. I think on Arc video.
And
I said
then,
that digital is 10 to 20 years from to actually being possible for 100%, because you still have the generation Gen 30 and 40, those born 1930 and 1940, still alive. That age is still here. They need to think about that first. There is
it's not even
old
about
game.
that. I mean, did you just say 1930, 1940?
Yeah, they're like
That has nothing to do with it. Even people in 1980s and 90s, like there was nothing really digital back then. It was mostly just physical.
yeah, but we have
It
at
was physical
least
media.
yeah, but we have learned to adapt faster.
Not everyone. Not everyone.
Not everyone.
It's
No.
the point. Look, when it comes down to it, in a sense, is that we have actual people like to physically collect things. Like even I do. I like to have
Yeah,
the
same.
physical copies of games collected to have, like, say, I don't know, what, like a series I like. I'll actually have all the physical discs instead of just digital, because then it just
Yeah.
doesn't work out.
I have physical discs everywhere. I have 1, 2, 3. I think I have 10, 1, 9, like 7 there. I had like 16 PlayStation 4 games in physical form.
90% of my PS4 library is all disc. So
Yeah, it's more because
I
I
should say
have gotten half of the for free, and those games I have not gotten for free. I've like bought because it's like stuff I want. Like Final Fantasy X, I already own it on PlayStation 3, and I have a PlayStation 2 disc, so I have 2 discs on that game. So buying it on digital is fine for me then, because I already own it twice on 2 different consoles. That makes it. That's the thing. If it's like he said, a series that you collect on, fine. I prefer to collect it than physical. Otherwise, I don't really care. Like if it's like a one game thing, like Limbo. I'm taking one of the greatest game I played ever because I have puzzle games. That is like, yeah, I don't really care to have a physical form of one of those sort of games. But yeah.
Right. But back to the other thing when it comes to cloud gaming, since we were talking about like before, the last thing I mainly mentioned was Xbox. Their thing they're trying to do right now is Project X Cloud, which old news. I know. It's just we're trying to go with this whole cloud gaming topic, which the way they're wanting to make it is so you can play all the Xbox games on many different devices. So you can play all of them on your computer, all of them on your phone, just whatever. And even in the next like gen of console, they're planning on making 2 different versions. One being the actual new console, and then the other one just being a streamer console. So you can actually stream everything to it. So it'd just be like bare bones thing, like say something like a Steam box. Because back then, it would just it would just like stream Steam games to it. But in this case, it would be stream Xbox stuff to it. So yeah, that's kind of their idea of going like 2 different ones. Which is kind of a good thing. If you have good enough internet, then hey, Dreambox, go for it. But just imagine that. Playing a full-on console game that good on your phone. It has full support too, so it's not gonna be like one of those broken support games where you have to have a controller plugged into the phone and then map all of the buttons.
Yes.
It's gonna be fully supported, so you actually have on-screen controls fully set up already, and it works perfectly.
Play Assassin's Creed Odyssey on phone. Perfect.
I mean, there's that, yeah. You just do a lot of stuff in that case.
Oh my god. I played on Nightmare. I played that on a phone. Oh god.
I mean, it'll be sampled in a good way, but I don't know. One thing I hope they do is they utilize the phone's actual technology rather than just that, because in a sense, phones are a lot easier to get better resolutions and better features on than getting an actual TV. So, say for my phone example, it's still a 1080p phone, which kind of sucks. I figured that out recently. It's a 1080p, not a 4K phone. Sucks. But it does have HDR support. So, say in xCloud, if I could actually use the HDR support in that, that'd be pretty cool. I'd be perfectly okay with that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Of course, with other stuff, do we know much about the AMD cloud gaming?
I mean, it's probably the same thing as the other cloud stuff. Probably in the end.
I think in a way like they started it, but it's a little different. I think I don't remember what it was. I think they already have a price point imagined, and it was like a kind of a high one. It's in a way sort of close to what Shadow is, like the Shadow PCs where it's like $30 a month. And I think AMD is basically going to do that since where it's a full pay for AMD computer in the cloud. So it's $30 a month, or it's gonna be, I don't know, somewhere around there.
Probably.
I don't know too much about it. It's just that it's a thing
like
I remember hearing.
Yeah, and as far as we know, or in general cloud gaming in general, that is probably gonna be like, even everything. I think when it comes to cloud gaming, it's gonna cost you like, depending on how much you like, different how much you want and how much you pay for it. Like, do you want do they probably gonna even do like different PC version or like do you want to pay, like, we say you're not gonna play a game that it doesn't need the newer stuff to be able to run, like what can we take? I don't remember games. Like Star Wars Battlefront, the classic Star Wars Battlefront. You don't need a heavy PC to be able to run that decently good. And
you don't even need much of a good PC to begin with. Come
on. So basically, probably that's gonna be like, do you gonna be able to pay cheaper for that, or are they gonna have one price for one PC only that can run every game? That's the issue, because that is also a thing they don't talk about openly. Like, what is the price range? What is the how many different versions of PCs can you like hire? What's the loan hire? Basically,
You're moving your mic cord around or something a lot.
yeah. My leg is itchy.
Well, we can tell because, yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
freaky. But in a sense, like to explain that a little better, 'cause I feel like you had a kind of trouble there. But, so basically, if you go from like what you would want is a mid-range computer, a mid-end, so that could run all the basic game, or like, of course, all the basic games and run all the semi-good games. So in a sense, let's use. All right. I'm trying to think of like something that's like not so grand a resource than something that is pretty high on the resource list.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's a high risk that you need a good
Say
PC
that
for.
word really weird.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I don't know.
It's Odyssey.
I don't know. That's a.
It's Odyssey.
See, I don't know. It depends. If you're gonna hear a Greek come to you and say, "That's wrong, man."
It's how it's been said forever. It's the actual, the actual Greek tale of Odyssey.
Odyssey, yeah. I don't know. I don't care. I played, but yeah.
Whatever. It's also like you're trying to say Medusa.
Odyssey.
Who's actually in it, actually. But anyway, when it comes down to it, though, like, yeah, let's say Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That would definitely be requiring like a pretty high-end computer, so you definitely want like a bigger price for that. Say the $30 a month thing I was talking about. But then say you go down to like $20 a month for something that's like a little mid-range, like let's say, I don't know, just like a slightly older Call of Duty game. Like those require kind of a good
Modern
computer.
Warfare 2, Black Ops, those games basically.
Above that, really.
The Black Ops 2 basically.
Well, Black Ops 2 maybe, yeah. Modern Warfare 2 that still doesn't require that much.
Yeah, my PC is like low and high, mid and hybrid. Like it's between it. Like it can run some.
Your computer is. You told me yourself that your computer has just an integrated GPU. That just immediately sinks down that that spec list.
Yeah, but it still goes weird because some games works perfectly that is older or is newer, but other old games doesn't work at all. I'm like, good job, PC.
Well, that's mainly because the newer games require an actual dedicated GPU. You have just the integrated. It's not exactly the best.
Yeah, go to bed. Actually, don't go to bed yet.
Specifically, I don't know. What's even worse is, like, I know I mentioned, like, with chat, we don't really talk too much, like, to the chat unless we're, like, in between topics, but just randomly gotta say hello to Puzzle Primate, one of my tech-savvy friends, which is funny, they entered right at this point in time. Wow. Might be weird. But, yeah. So to go along with that topic, yeah, you definitely need to find yourself a GPU there, buddy. Even if it's not that grand of one, just
but I have to get money. You can donate some to me. Wink, you 0.26.
Yeah, use my 26 cents. Let me do that.
Yes. I don't think if you can PayPal that much for that. I think the minimum is $1.
So yeah, but I guess to continue our topic of the cloud gaming stuff, we already talked about, just to recap for those joining in, we already talked about Google Stadia, of that new stuff. Project X Cloud, I mentioned that a little bit, and the confusion of what AMD cloud gaming may be, because
none of us know anything about it.
Just put it. Then we have GeForce Now, which this is an older thing. But I just included it because it's a way to talk more about it, and it's something I know more of rather than the other stuff. So the way with GeForce Now, it's, as I mentioned, it's basically NVIDIA using their like top tier computers in the cloud. So for example, their GPU that can have like, 25 gigabytes of VRAM, I think. So they have like that much, and the best best CPUs and just basically the best computer you can think of. They have that, and you can play whatever game you own on certain platforms. But of course, the downside being the game has to be supported on GeForce Now to play it correctly. Play whatever game you want, but you're gonna have to reinstall it each time, and then it's probably gonna crash. There's just a bunch of issues on that one. But it's in a sense what people would like. If you have a bad computer, you can play really good games. Viewers, that leg must be really itchy.
No, I'm actually not itchy. I may have made a sound like that was because I was busy. Why is pinging me on Discord all the okay? What's this?
This is why you have streamer mode.
I have streamer mode, but I still didn't say the number one, did I?
Then so just forget about it.
No, I'm not like you that can see 500 pings and leave it alone.
I don't even see the number. I can't read that number. I just see that there's a ping there. We can wait till later to think about it. We don't have to worry about that. We're in a podcast.
Yeah, and I'm listening. Hey.
Wow. Okay. I guess I'll continue on. We're basically done here with the whole cloud gaming stuff at this point, because that's mainly the main topics we have. What it comes down to it is just what is it? With GeForce Now, like I said, it does seem, I mean, obviously that is going kind of well, and right now they don't actually have a price range to begin with, but you never know how that's full on going to turn out in a sense. So don't know if we're going to get like don't know if we're gonna get like something that's expensive or what. They just haven't talked about it. That's basically the same with the other guys. Like we don't know how much it's actually gonna cost. Is it about $20 a month, $30 a month?
Are they gonna have different price ranges depending on how good you want it?
I mean, yeah.
That's always gonna be like
here. But when it comes to Project X Cloud, I don't really see a point in options because it's Xbox games. So you can just like stream Xbox games to different devices. So that's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that concludes the most stuff we know about cloud gaming in general. And now I'm moving my cord. Don't worry, I'm not crazy. Yeah, maybe crazy.
Probably definitely crazy. And you're also making a lot of stuff annoying.
I'm just myself.
Well, I'm saying the cord thing, when it does that's just your headset being broken.
Yeah.
You ever broken headset?
I think it's my actually not my headset. But I don't say my friend doesn't complain anything on PlayStation. I think it's the video card that is.
What does that do with your video?
Not video card, sound card.
What's not really your? I wouldn't really think it's your sound card, because unless you actually have a detachable sound card that you had to install or something, if you do, that means your computer must be seriously old, because those are all integrated now. But most of the time, anyway.
I bought a separate one because the one on my motherboard didn't work. Well, I didn't buy it because I got it from a friend and I used it.
Well, regardless, that could be the case, but
yeah,
I don't really see how that makes a lot of sense of it doing that.
Because it's outdated?
Then just update it.
I don't know where I updated stuff and I don't remember the name, so.
You open your computer, you look at the card.
Yeah, I'm lazy, okay?
Well, you're gonna have to do it, otherwise you're kind of just ruining your whole.
I think it's X audio something. Anyway,
stuff.
No, it's external D1 audio device. See, I found it. It's external.
Well, yeah, we'll be in. Yeah, I guess let's install that at some or update that at some point.
I think I've tried that, but it doesn't work. Yeah, no.
Well, don't install it. Don't update it from Device Manager. Actually, look it up, because most of the time, all Device Manager does is just check to see if it's actually enabled. That's most of the time what updating does. Just enables it. It doesn't actually update your drivers or anything.
Yeah. So next topic, I think it's time for.
Oh, you wanna go for the newbie, or are we gonna go for something else?
That or we have, I don't know. We don't know so much about XP and UI.
You could just say XPN. I would understand what you're on about.
Yes, but I gonna take everything because people gonna confuse people a lot. You need to confuse people.
They don't even know our topic. They have no idea what XP and UI means.
Exactly. That's gonna confuse them even
They don't
more.
understand what XPN means either.
No, but that confused them a little bit, and then when they hear everything, they're gonna be like, "What?"
Oh my god. That's the point. They're supposed to be confused because they don't know what we're talking about.
That is the point. That's why a little bit confused is not good enough. Can't let them be a little confused. We need
Okay,
them
forget
really
it. We can't just make you a little bit confused. We have to make you extremely confused, which is a good thing that we're rambling on because now we probably made you majorly confused to the point you're like, why am I watching this?
Why am I here?
Listening to these guys?
I'm gonna go watch something else. Click. A cat
sure,
video.
Wait, a what?
Yeah, go watch a cat video. I think that would make more sense than being though ever.
Wow. Okay. And we could talk about the EG. I'm sure everyone could already put that together.
EGS.
You could just say.
Yes, but
We could though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, in general, I don't know.
You only know the pros, which is just what you're accustomed to.
I mean, there's always pros and cons to it.
Yeah, but I'm saying you mostly only know the pros. This is the most like unplanned. It is somewhat planned because we have a topics list that we like make, but we don't really plan what we're gonna say in the podcast. We just roll with it. We're like, okay, which one of these we want to do at that point?
And he's dying. Wow.
Not
Once
dying.
I am not dying.
My throat was actually starting to itch like quite a bit at that one point, and I just like kept talking.
Once I'm not the one dying in a video.
I get all that. Give it some time. I think the problem is because we're talking about serious topics instead of something that's gonna make us laugh like crazy, like we've been doing.
Basically, all the other stuff we don't talk. Like when we roast SAO every time we talk about that. I'm doing that for almost the rest of this year. Sad. I mean, we're probably gonna talk about it.
What about the rest of the year? I'm pretty sure for
at least to October.
We could take a whole episode just to go for maybe 2 episodes.
I mean, we're probably gonna do like 1 week before the first episode of the new party starting. We're probably gonna, because we can probably have read up a little bit of what's gonna happen or seen something or gonna try to guess what's gonna happen future stuff.
We'll see.
But we're gonna wait on that because we still doesn't know. We barely doesn't understand what the fuck happened in the last episode, so
I'm pretty sure no one understands what the heck we're talking about right now.
no one no. That's the thing about us. We're nerds. We're not meant to be understood.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's because the way you just worded a lot of that, it made it just no sense of what the hell you're talking about.
I don't ever know what we're talking about ever. What are we talking about?
I don't know, but to know what he was talking about was just SAO stuff, like the new season. We're just talking about, like, it split off for a second part. And we're saying we may recap a tad, but no, we're not going to do an actual recap. But, we're going to mention a few things here and there that we may know more of at that point.
Yes. And try to guess what's going to happen in the new. Because we don't, or the new part, because we don't know anything about it. But yeah, I think we have the EIIC advice, also the newbie we added yesterday. 2 days ago.
You could have just said newbie.
Yeah, that's gonna confuse them.
I don't understand them want to making all of these into, what is it? Acronym? Is that what you call that? Yeah. Making everything into an acronym.
Yeah, but otherwise people understand what we're talking about. And can't let people understand us.
I know, but I'm saying you don't need to make the whole thing that. Just make one little thing. The whole thing makes no sense.
Uh, uh,
Whatever, we'll just talk about the new thing. Okay, well, let's just start here. So, the point of this new topic is something we randomly came up with, because, or I wouldn't really say come up with. It's probably been a question asked for a lot, but exploits. Is this considered cheating?
or-
Is it considered cheating to use an exploit in a video game? Because if you think about it, in games for the longest time, there have always been little cheats or little things you could just do to break a game or to get like skip levels or whatever. Even back in Mario, there were exploits. So yeah, the first Mario, I mean, pretty sure there's even an exploit in Pong. Think about that for example. So, in a way, would you consider that cheating or hacking or unlawful in a sense? Because
yeah,
some companies do.
and other things like this is also like exploits in general, like always has existed in stuff. Like even like if you sometimes get a code from certain companies or stuff like that, it can work multiple times because it's like they have
Okay,
nothing.
now you're
I
now that's
mean,
just personally attacking.
no, no. In general, like it's a thing that happens. Like you said it yourself. You could do like exploit on Genau before they removed it.
You talk about that, and if they start listening to this, they could probably just kick me off of it.
I don't tell you the name. It's Charlie
They
Chaplin.
heard it. They know my name. It's the same one everywhere.
Yeah, that's why you
Anyway,
don't use the same
so
name everywhere except me, because I'm a
hey, I have some secret names on the internet. You don't know them. Anyway, to go back to the whole point of the topic with exploits. I mean, we'll say this for example, like saying YouTube rules. There actually is a YouTube rule, or I don't know if it's in a Twitch rule or anything like that, but there is like a rule stating that you cannot show video content of breaking a game, or it's like intentionally breaking a game or doing something like that. Like, what would that exactly mean? They're basically saying like, "Oh, hey, I could do this like little glitch." In that case, that is that violating the rule? And to some people, it is. Like you can't show a game like a video doing a glitch. Why not? Why can't you do that? Makes no sense.
and we talked about a little bit about it on the side when we come up with the idea because I thought it was a funny thing to talk about in general. It's like, but also, it depends.
Yeah.
I said like this on the situation though. Is it a single player game? I think it should be. It doesn't matter if you break the game. The only one you cheat in that case is yourself. If you that way, if you see it as a cheating thing, I'm gonna tell you something fun that had happened to me actually when I'm was streaming. I was streaming Skyrim. They glitch a lot, so nothing new there. But I was gonna use Buld, the whirlwind sprint thing. I tell it was in the beginning of or in the end of the a fortress basically. I somehow glitched through the fortress thing and got to the door at the beginning, and I was like, "What happened?" And stuff like that. Is that cheating? Is that illegally played? Is that bad? Is that a bad thing to happen?
I
Well,
mean, again, that's just it's really a gray area in a sense, which is stupid why it is one. Should be fine to me. I mean, I personally think exploits is not like a bad thing,
well,
depending on what that exploit is. Like in a way, I don't know, because what is it? In some cases, there are different kind of exploits. Like let's say an exploit of, for one example, it could be Minecraft, the duplication glitches, to where you can have one block of something and then it can create multiple blocks of that. So, you can have like maybe one piece of iron and it turns into like 70. Like, okay, there's your duplication glitch. Would that be counted as actually unlawfully breaking a game? Because a lot of people think it's like damaging an IP. Like, oh, it's showing our game is bad. You are berating our game. This is a attack against our property. You should be sued. Like, what? Makes no sense.
But
And then you have exploits that are like GTA, where you could buy like a shark code or something, and you randomly get a lot more money than you were supposed to. In that case, I could probably get it because you're cheating someone out of their money that you should be paying. That kind of exploit kind of makes sense.
yeah, but also then talk about just GTA, because online mode. I told you about it yesterday. Also, was that there sometimes when they do an update, they actually I don't know if they do it with purpose or not, but they add a money glitch that you can get money on the online mode by doing a thing or two. And there is where I think that is bad, because that is cheating the whole game, cheating everyone on the game. If for people that doesn't know about it, you're cheating everyone. Like you have an expensive car that you can duplicate and sell for maybe 200-300k, and do that over and over, you're gonna be rich really fast. You cheat everyone in that game then, and that makes it unfair in my opinion. Had it been on single player mode, fine. That is on you. But online games, if you find an exploit, that is where I think it's like that is bad. If you can cheat the game, win.
It depends on the exploit like that you do online. Like if for me, it's like basically exploit in the sense of a glitch, like just a normal glitch that has no real hurtful deal. Like let's say out of boundaries type of deals. If you find that, I don't really see that being a bad thing. You just find that out. It's like, oh hey, that happens. But if it's something that's like actually cheating you out of money or like something
Making you like,
that
if you hit a certain spot on a specific wall, you can shoot through it, and you can just shoot people through the wall. That's like stuff like that is like that is where
well, that's obviously cheating, but that's where the cheating thing comes into place. But that's not where the whole like unlawful type of deal comes into place, because that's just like,
yeah, but
well,
that's
it's
still
not
an
really much of
exploit of the
a
game,
difference.
because you use something that exists in the game because they error. But again, that is where the bad side of the exploiting comes in, glitching and stuff like that. It's when you use it online mode, harms other players, getting more money, you can shoot certain stuff without
Right.
stuff like that. If you stand on a specific place, you can do this and stuff like makes you maybe immortal because there's some sort of wall really there, but it is not visible. There's stuff like that. Who doesn't love invincible walls in games?
I mean, another thing in a sense, like, what is it? I mean, if you think about it, when it comes down to, let's just say you buy a new game and you get into the game and there's like or say for example, it's a single player game or something, and you just find a bunch of different like cheats and exploits, all this stuff like you can just do. It's like, well, in a sense, it's not really your fault. I mean, yeah, you figured it out, you do it, but in another sense, it's not exactly your fault. It's the dev's fault. But they just want to have a way to be like, oh, hey, you cheated us out of our thing. You basically broke the game in a sense. This is all you're doing, and go ahead, sue. But no,
This
it's
is
really the
what I think is
devs
so
they
good
need
with
to mess
Young.
with.
Young is so good because they know their games can get broken, and they actually they literally had a panel last year about breaking Minecraft with the Venom, I think it's called. Yes, it's called. This was the only guy on that panel. That shows that they show that yes, games are meant to be broken. Also, it's not only meant to be played.
I mean,
Breaking the
that's
game
it.
is
No
part.
game is without bug. No
Yeah.
game is without glitch. Like it, no matter what, you're gonna find one. You just may never notice it, or you may never even think of it as one. I mean, it could be as simple as, oh, hey, the accuracy is just a tad bit off. That could be a bug. No one could ever notice it, but it's there. No
Yes.
game doesn't have one.
Yeah. Someone says that there's games without bugs is wrong, because every game has some sort of bugs. There's even games built up on making fun of stuff like that. like making it look like a glitch game.
Yeah.
What
It's
was that?
even funnier when games actually have like a bug or glitch, and they're like, "Oh hey," and like the devs like, "Oh hey, this is actually kind of cool or kind of funny." So we'll actually make it a feature instead. Like those are the funny devs. Like they're just like, "Oh hey, like this is actually kind of cool. What it can do. Let's make that a feature."
Yeah, and
It was
that
funny because
makes
a lot of stuff back in the day was like that because they would like they're like, okay, we want this to happen. It's like, oh wow, that happened instead. You know what? Let's actually save that little uh routine and just have that happen for something else. That'd be cool.
yeah,
Like
that is
that's the way to
good
do stuff.
stuff. Like game developers need to say it like this. Is it online mode? No, don't add too much that harms the game. Is it single player and it harms only the player itself for maybe cheating through? Don't care. It's that only harms the player in the end. Is it like a funny thing that like if you
Yeah,
run
you
at a
don't want
like if it's a,
really.
like a funny thing you run at a certain place at a certain time, it maybe launches you because that can be funny in certain ways. Because randomly you are flying and you're like, oh holy crap, I'm gonna die.
I mean, it really depends. It really depends. I mean, you don't want them to make a glitch that is completely harmful, even if it's just the person playing that, it's just that person playing it. You want it to actually be a fun one that's not going to have any bad result. Like, let's say, for your example, if they were to be launched and everything, you don't want them to just randomly land and die and either lose progress or say in a game that has like some type of currency, you don't want them to lose that in a
Yeah,
sense
but
just
yeah,
because they died.
but yes, somehow for like you get launched, maybe you get launched forward or up, but because it's a glitch, it doesn't give you damage because
Not every glitch is like that. Not every glitch is nice.
yeah, talking about glitches, everyone that has played probably Skyrim should know about this glitch because I think it's still available actually if you are because I don't think they have fixed it, but if you are sometimes outside Whiterun, there is this mammoth you can sometimes say flying, and then it falls down and dies. It's like congratulations, the first mammoth in space. Oh, he's dead now.
I mean, it can't be as bad as the glitch where the dragon comes in and just like kills one of the guards you're talking to. It's like, oh, okay, well, bye. Guess I'm not doing that quest. It's like, okay,
Yeah, I hate
that wasn't supposed to happen.
that is stuff that also is a problem. You still want to get out and I can't open the door because I'm busy. The cat needs to learn to glitch through the door.
Get
That,
a pet door, like a little slide in your door for a pet.
yeah, but yeah, that would actually be nice in my door. Because then I don't ever need to open the door.
Yeah. But when it comes down to exploits, it's just like a random thing. It's really all subjective. You don't really, or wait, is that the right thing? It's subjective.
Subjective
I don't
perspective, I would
remember.
say. Like it's a perspective thing
No.
about because it
I
depends how
mean,
you
yeah,
see
but
it.
that's the meaning. I'm saying like, hold on. I'm trying to think of if that's the right word I'm using. All right.
I can't open the door. I'm pissy right now.
Yeah, subjective. So basically, it's just like it's a subjective topic. So it's just up to you whether you think it's like cheating or not. Because a lot of people do think it that way. A lot of people don't. A lot of people think it's like a unlawful in a sense. Because like I said, with YouTube, they have the rule of not to break games or it's just bad. Like
Like
don't show a video of you doing glitches. Like that's a bad thing apparently. Like well, it's not my fault. The devs suck or the devs made an error and we want to help them fix it because half the
yeah,
time that's what a glitch video is for is like hey there's these glitches here push it to the devs to show them like hey here's some glitches you guys should try to fix
yeah,
and then
that's
they can do
actually that is a thing. What I hate when they sit at when people try the game and they when they beta test the game for at a dev station, like they are allowed to show it off, but they only allowed to record it, and but they have to cut out everything that is buggy. Don't do that. Show that this is what actually happens. This exists in a game before it's released. It's gonna be buggy beginning. I can talk about
it really depends because a lot of the times when a game they actually show the original like footage sometimes it could be faked But then there's other times when it's actually real and it's what they have. But then like mid develop session, it's just like they completely change up what they were gonna do, which introduces the new glitches and bugs and everything.
Yeah.
Because they do just a complete turnaround.
I can talk about a game that is just glitchy in general, and that's Ark Survival Evolved. It's been out for I think 1 or 2 years as a full game. It's been out for a full game about 1 to 2 years.
Hey.
Before that, it was in an alpha state for 3 to 4 years.
Hey, that has nothing on 7 Days to Die. That took forever just to get out of early access, but it's still in alpha.
Yeah, okay, but the point here is, Ark is full released, and it's still bugged. And every time they fix bugs, it comes new, and you sit there like now this happens.
Ark has like what 2 to 3 expansions now, like Scorched Earth and
Scorched Earth come already in early alpha, I think, or in mid alpha.
I'm just saying in general that it's basically
yeah,
it is an expansion. So they have expansions and everything, and if your game is getting expansions, make sure the base game is pretty patched. It can have some bugs and stuff, but just make sure you're good.
Like, if you play on a non-dedicated server like I do with my friend, because I don't have 2 PlayStations, it's like, yeah, okay, I get you can't move too far from each other, yes, fine. But sometimes you get, I think the latest one that I had as a bug that I think before the latest update, was that if you ran sometimes onto a rock, you got stuck on it for a few, like a minute or so. That is like the worst stuff. At least when you're hunted by something. The worst
stuff is game breaking or soft locking. Like, that is the worst when it comes to.
Oh, I heard about. Talking about that. Apparently, the new finisher in Smash Ultimate for the Joker, soft locked the game.
Wait, what was the game on PS4 that was like soft locking everybody, or like crashing the PS4 itself?
I'm sure it's not Ark.
Like there was. No,
because that had tendency to crash everything.
No, there was like this new game that came out for PS4 or something. I forgot what it was. Anthem, that's what it was. Like Anthem on PS4, people were trying to play it, and it would completely crash their PS4. Sometimes it would soft lock it, or it would brick it. Like it would actually just completely not work anymore because of Anthem. Just because of some little dumb update they had, or some like little glitch in there, it would have destroyed everything.
Yeah.
All because they didn't test that before they went full wide. Like, hey, there's 2 things you gotta do when you're making a game. For one, try it on a development console, which is what they probably did only. Then you have try it on retail consoles before you actually throw it out there. Otherwise, you're not gonna get the full effect.
Yeah,
because it's kind of different.
And when you do release a game, please release checks so everything is fine, no bugs or anything, so you don't become like Ark.
You do need.
Yeah, but it's like not like Ark. That gets more bugs
glitches,
for each update than it gets fixed.
I mean, I'm just saying that when it comes down to it, most of the time these days, usually an update brings more bugs and glitches than it does fixes. So you can't have that.
Yeah, but Ark has been there for 2-3 years. And I think they released it on PlayStation before it was even released fully. It was in alpha stage still when it was released on PlayStation.
Well, yeah, because it was a PC only thing for quite a while there, and then it went to consoles.
Yeah, but they didn't wait on to release it on PC first. They released it on PlayStation in alpha and on phones before it was even released.
The phone thing wasn't even really a deal. It was more of like a fake. So I'm pretty sure Ark isn't actually a thing on phone.
I don't know if they have done that. I think they were planning to do that, but I don't know if they have implemented that.
I think it was like a possible plan, but it's just like it.
I think they are probably actually trying to fix the game first.
It's more unofficial.
Cough. Stupid.
Keyboard trying.
Stupid. I don't remember. Wild card.
But,
not be able to fix their game.
All I would say is that when it comes down to it, you can't really fix every bug. And
No.
besides, game testers do cost a lot of money these days to actually hire. So
I would do it cheap. I don't mind playing games. If I get paid to play games, I'm fine.
That's
doing
the
it
thing when it comes down to it, because when it comes down to actually being a game tester, it's not all about you just play through the game and find what you do as you go. Like, you don't just go through the game like, oh hey, okay, there's a graphical glitch over there, note that. Okay, there's a game breaking thing right there, gonna note that. You have to keep playing the same scene over and over again, maybe 20 times in one day, just to find bugs and glitches. Like, okay, let me punch this rock. That work? No, okay. Let me just jump in this one spot for like 10 minutes. Nope. Okay. Let me shoot this thing. You have to like test everything to make sure it works correctly.
Haven't you learned about one thing about me? I love breaking games. So one thing I would do for money is breaking games.
Forever. I mean, hey, if you want to, go sign up. I'm pretty sure it does not take a degree. I mean, I'm pretty sure it does these days. Like, oh, you need a bachelor's or an associate.
You need to be able to understand 1 + 1. Like, why? So you can play math games, but I don't play math games.
Then get out of here.
Like, get out of here. Like, you didn't make.
I'm pretty sure they at least want you to have a basic understanding of programming so you can get on their line, or a basic understanding of game
that I
development,
can get,
so
but
so you understand.
But I wanna. I don't need a understanding of programming to understand how to break a game. Jesus Christ, I have broken
like, in a
every
sense, like, you
sort of
want
game.
them to like word it correctly. You wanted to like understand why is it this is happening. So in a sense, you could help them out more rather than just, hey, this is happening, and then they have to search through that sector for like 5 minutes or 50 minutes or whatever.
I mean,
So
it's
you
probably
have to have some kind of thing to help. Depends, really.
yeah. That's the only issue. Yeah, I can still not let you out yet. You have to wait like at least an hour more. Sorry, cat. Unless you want to join the podcast and take over for me for 10 minutes.
Yeah, instead of hearing a Swedish accent, all you're gonna be hearing is it's like constantly. Like, okay, like this, you know what? We're gonna have a better conversation here. Like, screw these topics. We'll just talk about cat stuff. But, nah.
What was your favorite cat food?
Oh,
Good.
that's very interesting. I don't know. But yeah. Like I said, when it comes down to it, it just, I don't know. I don't really get why people think exploits are entirely a bad thing unless it's definitely an online exploit that cheats you out of money. In that case, yeah, that's bad. But there's other stuff's like, what's the point? Like, say, another one actually that I just thought of, the 3DS, like,
Yes.
or like a Nintendo console. Like, oh, there's an exploit to get into homebrew stuff. Like, in a way, I don't entirely understand the problem with that. In another way, I do. One way is if you're doing, like, say, for just to get access to homebrew, that's kind of a good thing because then you can actually test your developed software on the console itself without having to worry. Like, you know, you don't have to worry about I don't know, publishing it to the store to figure that out beforehand. You're like, oh hey, got the actual hardware here, try it out. That's a good way to go. Or you're just like, hey, play homebrew games. Like, it's homebrew games doesn't hurt anybody. It's never gonna hurt anyone. But it's like, no, that breaks our system. That's illegal. Like, I mean, to whom? I guess this is Japan law, so it works here. And then
Wasn't it a law on the Nintendo side that in Japan that they could actually arrest you for it, put you in prison for 2 years if you cheated the Switch in some way?
it depends. Like I said, when it comes to that, there's that bit, but then there's the other side of it, which I sort of understand, is like the custom firmware.
Yeah,
part
that
of it,
is where
because
that is where I come into exploiting and stuff again. That is where it's not okay. Like, if you're gonna break
it
something,
depends on what you're
don't
doing with
do it.
to me.
Do it on a dead console like GameCube or the Wii, because they don't support online mode anymore. If I'm correct. I don't know if the Wii U
Well,
does.
these days, the 3DS mostly is kind of dead, but I'm saying that when it comes down to it, the custom firmware side, it really depends on what you're doing
What
with
the
it.
fuck was
There's
that
some
peep?
things I can. What?
I heard a peep. I heard something
I don't know. But when it comes down to it, I just feel like that the custom firmware type of stuff, it depends on what you're using it for. Because in some cases, you can actually use it to install pirated games to the 3DS console, which in that case, yeah, that's not the best of ideas. That's probably not something you should be doing. I mean, if you want to, fine, go on ahead. Who am I to stop you? But just, yeah, probably not the best of ideas.
Okay. You talked earlier about Streamlabs or OBS updating.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got a host. Thank you, PFTV for the host. But that made a sound, and I was like, "What the fuck is sounding?" Yeah, I have forgotten about that they have. I forgot about the host system this game because I'm so unused to stream on PC. But thank you for the host. I was so.
I actually need to put that on screen for whenever we get stuff. For whenever
I should have that, but I think my screen is blocking it. I'm not the best streamer. You're a bad streamer.
Well, I'm just saying in my podcast, like seeing I don't actually have the alert box set up, so I'll probably still hear it, but I'm not gonna actually see it.
Yeah, I don't have it on this one. I should have it on other stuff when I stream, but yeah. I don't. I need to put it under this tablet, but I'm gonna have it. Yeah, I need to think, but yeah, if I'm not going crazy at least, that's good.
Here's something that I just want to. I want to go ahead and shift off into another topic because I really want to talk about this because I had a real. I just the part of today. That part of today. Okay, I kind of talked a little bit. Okay, it wasn't really much. It was one of the reasons why I was also mad during the time when I sent you the conversation I had earlier with the toxic person.
Oh yeah, but was it? Could you do me a short run of what happened? Basically, I did read a little bit.
We don't need to. Well, there's no really need to talk about that. That was just somebody being stupid. But when it comes down to it, the real thing that I want to go with the topic. YouTube side of things. That's one of the things that was getting me mad. It had nothing to do with the toxic person, but I was also mad from that. So it was one of the reasons why I was also kind of mad to the toxic. But to start with YouTube lately, yes, I know I'm streaming. I know I'm also streaming to Twitch. I know I also sometimes do videos there on YouTube.
Wait, you do?
I say sometimes because this is why I said sometimes because.
Yeah, and that's why I say, wait, you do?
Really, it gets more and more sporadic that I don't really feel inclined to. It's not much entirely because I don't have a user base. That's one, but another reason is mainly because it's just YouTube has been really getting annoying lately. Or just like, why does anyone want to be there now? It's getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
Every time. It's not really about the whole adpocalypse thing.
Potato!
Jesus Christ!
It's not about potatoes.
It's not about potato. Thank you for the follow, whoever followed me.
Really? You should probably mute those whenever we do the podcast.
Oh my god, like, in the middle. Potato!
Just like, potato.
Thank you.
This is the best solution. Twitch perfect timed clips. Enter now.
I have even a one when I get followed also when I play League where it comes in also randomly and I'm like, holy frick! Okay, thank you for giving me a heart attack.
But thanks for derailing my rant.
I mean YouTube. Anyway. I mean, how much have we not ranted on YouTube before?
I know. When it comes down to it, it's just like with YouTube, I don't know what's even going on lately. Because for one, they're just randomly claiming, they're just doing copyright claims on basically anyone for stupid stuff. I mean, it could be for saying people who do reaction content or something, and they can have the absolute. Like, they could absolutely have the permission of the person who created it. They're perfectly fine with it. And I don't know, it's like randomly you'll get like a claim like, oh, it's reused content, so it's been deleted or whatever, or it's been taken down. Like, why? Why would that be? Because you think about it, there's a bunch of other people doing the exact same thing. Why aren't they getting in trouble when there's these select few people who are? It's the
Uh,
same bit. They're doing the
yeah, but
same
it's
thing.
always been like that. That's the issue. They have a. It's not YouTube themselves, but they have the broken system with the claim
But
system.
there's even more than that is the thing, because there's even false claims. They could randomly claim like, "Oh, hey, this song was used." Not even close. The song doesn't even sound the same. And then there's times where it's like, "Oh, this part is a copyrighted song. We're gonna claim it." And it's like, that was me talking. I was just talking.
Yeah,
Maybe I said similar lyrics, but I was talking. No way did that sound like a song.
Yeah.
So why are you
YouTube
claiming me?
starts to break down for the fair years. That starts to strips down more and more.
It's even worse. It's even worse when you try to appeal that stuff, and YouTube just, okay, why are you trying to appeal to us? Like that's part of your system. We try to appeal the claim because it's not reasonable and it's not an actual claim. It's fake. It's stupid. It's just a bot just throwing things out there. And YouTube is just off in the wind, like not getting all these messages. They're just like it's like a freaking meme of someone with a laptop with like tons of notifications popping up, and they're just sitting there on their phone playing freaking Candy Crush or Angry Birds or something, or freaking Clash of Clans or whatever the hell people play on their phones these days. Like seriously, they're not paying attention. They're not paying attention to us. And then you got freaking other people. Like there was something I was reading earlier today. I won't mention any names, but there was of someone who was like going through like getting slandered by another person, and that person was like slandering tons of different YouTube channels, being extremely toxic and all this other stuff. And at that point it's just like they're trying to get you to like ban this person or do something about this person because they're being very harmful to other channels, and YouTube's just not paying attention. It makes you really not want to be a part of the YouTube creator system when they don't really care about the creators at all. They say they do, but what have they done to show it? Oh, hey, we got this new feature. Oh, hey, we limited to where you need more stuff in order to be monetized. Like, that doesn't matter. Someone could be having like 3 subscribers and still ruin a channel because they could still slander you.
But that's the issue, though. Okay, I get the system where you have to have a certain amount of subscribers or stuff like that. Yes, fine, that works fine, because that limits makes it like less people with toxic intentions may not grow as fast as they could and earn money on it the same way anymore.
I can understand having 1,000 subs in a sense, but the whole 40,000 hours watched in the last year, like, why that high? That seems like a little bit too high. That just makes it seem like you have to upload almost every day or a few videos per week and actually have somewhat of an audience in order to actually become monetized. Otherwise, it's like, why is that a thing? You already have the 1,000 subs. I'm pretty sure at 1,000 subs, you're gonna have somewhere around there. You could at least just be like, "Hey, be active." Like, okay, I get that. I'll be active, or try to be.
Yeah,
I'm not at all active. Don't think this is about me.
the first one to be department is Nexus because it's like inactive for 4 months. They're like, are you gonna upload or do we have to take away the partner program? I'm working on it, okay?
A lot of the stuff I'm like affiliated with or partnered with, I'm surprised they haven't dropped me yet because I'm not that active. I'm very surprised they haven't dropped me. They probably should. There's probably way better people out there, but I'm still a part of it apparently. So like, okay, all right, if you say so.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll try to do more. I try.
Yeah, I mean, I had an issue for
my room. I do this way more often.
Yeah, and it's not only that. It's not an issue. That's the drive to do it is also one thing. That is
like the drive and the burnout. It's just like it's really hard at times.
And
like half the time, it's just like you just don't want to do it.
Okay, so doing Twitch, that's fine for me because like that stuff is like doing Twitch is like if you have those free viewers and stuff, you have a more chance, in my opinion, to actually earn stuff on Twitch, and they don't have that.
Well, that's the point.
regulation the same way YouTube has today. And that's why I
Yeah,
think
you literally just mentioned the point of Twitch affiliate status is that to have 3 viewers per thing.
average for a month. But that's the thing. That's a good thing in a way, because that means that not everyone can get it, and it's not going too fast. But partnership
Right.
is
It
higher.
basically
But
gives
the
you a
thing is,
purpose.
at least with Twitch, people aren't as censored. Yes, you can't be. I think racial stuff and stuff like that. Fine, that should not
That makes
exist
sense.
on anything. YouTube or Twitch. No, that's a thing you should not go. Politics, that can work
It is
unless
insanely
you
on
go
YouTube, by
YouTube.
the way.
YouTube is worse. That you can't not even do politics on there. And politics, I'm fine with if you talk about, as long as you keep it to a reasonable level, that it's not like slandering or attacking other parties in a political
Also, when it
group.
comes down to politics, like when it comes down to it, just as long as it's fair, open-minded, and I guess when you talk about it, just I don't know, just be good about it. I don't even know what else to say. When it comes down to it, just as long as you're okay with it, talking about it.
Yeah,
Don't
and
just like go right into a chat where someone's like talking about a game and be like, so that election, like I don't care. I'm not here for that.
yeah, or about like, or that I talked about today. About I talked, well, actually a few days ago I talked about it. I got attacked today about it because apparently you aren't allowed to have opinions. 2019, you're not allowed to have opinions. I'm sorry. It's the law.
What are those? You can't have those on the internet. You sold your soul as soon as you got that internet plan. You can't have opinions.
Seriously though, I hate people that's like, oh, I don't like this game. Wow, I'm gonna hate you forever. I'm gonna trash you and tell you why this game is amazing. Like, but the flaws. Oh, it doesn't have flaws. Like, yes, it does. I promise you, it does.
See, that's the thing. I will not trash a person on their opinion. I won't trash a person if they're wrong. And there's nothing wrong about hating a game, movie, or whatever. If you hate it, that's you, man. Or whatever. Just like basically, you can hate whatever you want. I don't care. Go
Yeah.
ahead. You
But
can hate it like
when
whatever
it
you
comes
want. I'm
down
fine
to
with that.
like say,
But if
oh,
you randomly go on and say that, oh, these developers are doing a terrible job, they're not doing anything good, like that is completely wrong.
unless
Because they're doing
it's Bethesda,
good.
then they are doing wrong. But that's Bethesda.
That's Bethesda. Fucking Bethesda.
Oh, and EA,
Everyone knows
but
what that
EA
code
is EA. We don't talk about EA.
Yeah.
Even
We don't talk about those guys.
but like those
That's a banned term.
like
we talked about it earlier.
put it in the banned words list on Twitch. EA.
Put it away. Yeah, but I don't know. When it comes down to it, like I said, I mean, it's just that when someone is like saying something like that, or saying like I don't know, some like saying,
Or do it
I'll
reverse that
explain
they say
I'll
is the
explain a little bit
best thing.
of when I was talking about the toxic thing earlier, that toxic person I was like arguing with. The
Yeah.
reason why I got on their case is because they were trying to say like, oh, the development for this is too slow. Like, it's like this, you announced this a month ago. Why isn't it out yet? And I'm like, because it takes time. And it was about MCC coming to PC. It was like, Halo MCC on Xbox coming to PC. They're
Yeah.
saying like it doesn't take that long to port a game, and I'm like, actually it does. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. There's a lot of stuff that actually you gotta do. You have to like rework the system, and it's not just change like going into this like configuration settings and changing platform and boom, you're done. There's a lot of stuff to change. Sometimes they have to remake it from scratch. And then when it comes down to it, the person just randomly is like, you didn't read all the rest of the replies? Like, this has already been covered. Like, are you stupid? Are you dumbass? I'm like, really? You're just going to start cussing me out all because I tried to explain stuff? Even if I wasn't trying to explain it to him, I could explain to anyone else who is on that same side. Can they not just get that instead of immediately calling me out?
Yeah.
Like, they just do that.
You're not
And
allowed
then-
you're on the internet, you're not allowed to have opinions. Haven't you learned anything?
It wasn't even an opinion. It was a fact. I was trying to state a fact about what was going on. That was that. And apparently, I can't state facts on the internet either, because apparently I'm wrong, even though it's actually true. It's completely true, and it can be proven. But no, apparently I'm wrong.
Yes, because it's the internet.
And then the person comes out randomly and says like, "Oh, I already played that garbage piece of crap game in the stupid console. I don't even care about it." They're like, "Then why are you here? Why are you here talking about it and hating on Microsoft for not releasing it if you don't even care about it?" That's what I hate about those kind of people. They're always like, "Oh, it's like, why won't you just do this?" Like, "Oh, I freaking hate the thing anyway." Like, then why are you here? Why are you even talking about this? If you don't have anything nice to say and you don't even do anything about it, then leave. Nobody will miss you. Go to some other community where you actually give a crap, because we don't.
Yeah.
We don't care about you not caring.
Yeah,
Go care about a game elsewhere, and then we'll talk about it.
Like, yeah, and I get it. Yes, you don't like a game. You're fine doing that, but that is okay. But when you start trash talking in a way because you don't like it and you just tell it's everything is bad about the game, that's never true. Because yeah,
that's basically what he was trying to do at the same time. Like, he was trying to trash talk the people playing it and saying that they're stupid because they play that. Like, no. Like, why are you trying to trash talk people for liking some that you don't? You don't like it? Fine, go away.
Yeah.
You don't need to talk about it. You don't need to be a part of this. If someone simply asks if you like it, you say, "No, I don't like it. I thought it was stupid." Like, okay, cool, that's fine. We'll talk about something else. But
and like
no,
like I said, I thought certain one anime specifically and one game was overhyped. Apparently, saying something is overhyped, and by the fan base. And what people don't understand is the fan base is the most important part of a game. Any game and game series is the fan base.
pretty much.
Yeah, and if someone says, "But the fans doesn't make the game," no, it's the developers, but still the fans makes the importance of a game. Like me, I love SAO, the games and the anime, and this far I have only problem reading Model Rosario, but that's because I'm lazy. But yeah,
When it comes down to it,
don't hate
even
them people.
SEO is kind of overhyped. Even that show is overhyped, but still
Actually,
like
the more people I talk with is people hate it. Like, why? Okay, the story is not the greatest because
there's many reasons why people hate it. But,
I mean, I get it for
there's many reasons
Kirito,
why
but
people hate it.
Kirito is
There's a
not.
lot of other people who think like it's freaking godsend. Then there's other shows people think is godsend, and it's like, bleh, whatever.
Dragon Ball Z. There you have
I mean,
a
your
game.
opinion. See, that's another thing I also hate. When people randomly are just like, if you say like, meh, your opinion, like, "Oh, you stupid liberal, you must be liberal." I'm like, I'm nothing. I am nothing in regards to politics and that crap. All I'm saying is, you have an opinion. That's good. Have an opinion about what you're going off. Don't just agree to everything everybody else says. Don't just disagree to everything everyone says. Think for yourself of what you like and what you hate.
Oh, I don't like this
Don't just go
anime.
off.
Apparently, you are a liberal because you don't like a specific anime.
Well, it's not that. It was just the point that when you say those words, when you say, "Well, that's your opinion," people get all hateful about it. Like, what's the problem about saying that? It's your opinion. You don't like it. Okay, cool. That's fine. That's your opinion, and that's probably a bunch of other people's opinion
People
too.
want to just fight in today's society. Like,
They just hate that word. They hate the word opinion. It's like it's a demeaning word. Like, as if I say you have an opinion, it means you're a terrible person. Like, no, we all have opinions.
and that's also stuff like I don't mind if you don't like something I don't like. Fine. That's always gonna
I mean,
exist.
hey, me and you have already talked about stuff that like I like and you don't, and you like and I don't. Like, for example, you just said it before. I like Dragon Ball in a way. You don't like it. That's cool.
Yeah.
You like Final Fantasy. I'm not really that big a fan of it. It's not really my thing. So
Yeah.
there we go. We're fine with each other. So what?
Yeah. I mean, we have to kill each other now because we disagree. Stop.
Power to the death. Freaking in the Coliseum, just freaking jousting all the time.
I will have an invasion of that.
I
Like,
decree these two must fight to the death because they have differing opinions. Okay.
that's internet today. Like, if you disagree with someone, you have to fight them to death. Apparently, because That's the only way to
Right.
decide which opinion is correct.
What's funny though is that this is the kind of stuff like I'm just like realizing as we're talking about it, but this is the kind of stuff that I like to be more on this podcast. I know we have like those little off track where we talk about new stuff, but I like it better when it's just like our opinions just like flowing out like crazy and it's like ranting about something and getting actually into it. Because then it's when the content gets good.
Yeah, that's when we start trash
Then
talking
it's fun.
stuff.
Right. We start trash talking and the show gets
but
good.
but we talk seriously. Yes, this thing and this thing. Okay.
No, change channel.
I'm going back to those cat videos again.
Like, back to some more watching somebody get into a circle. Oh, look, circle's closing again. Yay. Like, who cares? That's a thing. That is one of my other opinions. I don't like VR games. Don't
Except
at me.
yeah, don't at me.
Or
What?
at me.
How dare you
At me, bro.
dislike Battle Royale? How
We'll
dare you?
thought about it. I don't know.
I mean, Apex is good, but that's like the only good VR this fall.
Blackout isn't so bad. It's all right. It's the main problem with it mostly is just with every online game is just some toxic players. That's it.
Wait,
But
toxic
otherwise,
players
it's-
online? Wow.
What is
What is this? I mean, it's not.
What is this witchcraft?
I mean, League is also toxic.
Do I hear treason? What is this blasphemy? No, seriously though, it's just I don't know because
I think just the Call of Duty.
Me just ranting on
Yeah.
YouTube, but then it goes
That,
on to just
that
ranting
is
on
the
it.
thing I think.
That works.
Yes, we're gonna keep topics, but I think the best thing about us is that we don't really follow the topics 100% anyways.
Yeah, we just like go off on a tangent, and that's one thing that a lot of people don't like in some podcasts. But me, I find it the best. It's
Yeah,
when someone
and-
goes on a tangent because it shows they care about it.
Yeah.
It's just like they care about something, so they keep talking.
To be honest, that is the thing about us. We are not like one. We're not like those one line linear people that when we do podcast. We can't do that. We both have that in the brain way that we can't talk about same thing too much. We need to branch off to talk about side stuff about the
I mean,
things we're
that's the thing
talking
when
about.
that's even something I even have on the top of our podcast topics. It says these are ideas, none of which have to be done. So literally, we don't have to talk about a single thing that's on that list. It's just something that has come up that I figure we should probably talk about in some way. But
And
in
in
other
the
cases, it's just that we could say like maybe 5 words about it, and then boom, go off into another like topic, just because it's just how we are.
yeah, and basically we did go from basically Star Wars to was it? Which one was it? Then
Like
cloud
Star Wars
gaming,
into like
cloud gaming, and then we did
Star
go
Wars, cloud gaming,
exploits.
the exploits, which I haven't taken off the list yet.
Yes, and then we
went off
moved
YouTube.
from exploit directly to YouTube without transition. That was one of the final part. That because we was on a like a rant on like bad
We were
stuff.
already on a rant on some stuff, and then immediately I'm like, okay, I just gotta talk about this because it just like popped back in my mind how much it's annoying me.
Yeah, and
Because like I don't know.
we are pretty much off that topic about ranting on YouTube only because we rant about in general on people complaining about stuff. It's
But I
fine.
can go back to YouTube in any way and talk bad about it, which I probably am about to do.
Wait, we're talking about YouTube? How dare you? We are professional.
How dare you talk about the people in which we post content on?
That we totally doesn't have that has totally nothing to do with us anyway, any shape, way, or
That's the
form.
thing I don't that in a way that kind of makes better sense. Like if you think about it with like the top YouTubers in a sense, I like it a lot better with the ones that aren't freaking blind followers. Like there's those that are like, oh, YouTube's a great platform. It's like so great. I'm glad to be upon it. Like the only way I could see you saying that is because of your fan base. Sometimes some people actually have really good communities. Like it's really nice.
Yeah,
But then
except the
it's
guy
comes
has a
down to, like,
really
that's
good one.
Fine.
I name dropping because I like name dropping specific, but yeah, except the guy, and I would say PewDiePie. Those two are like they don't follow YouTube blindly, but and they know YouTube isn't the best, but it's not the worst either. Because of all
I
sides.
don't know if you would call Felix's
Felix is like
I mean, Felix's community as a as a good community.
it's good in the way because yes, they have the toxicity, but in the end, they are a caring community, like the same way that. But they have that. If you think about it this way, Felix, in the way he is, that is how we see their community. But the community is like being shown that way because he is that. But they, when it comes down to it, they defend the truth instead of listening to everything everyone else said, proving that everyone is like, yes, this is not true. Everyone is, even those that doesn't follow him. I'm not now. I'm going into basically Jacksepticeye's community. The moment like when Wall Street starts attacking PewDiePie, like Jacksepticeye, I think even Markiplier and stuff like that, their community also works into it. Like he's not wrong. He has not done anything wrong.
It's because they have like a conjoining community in a sense because they've all collaborated in the past on various things. So
and they work together. So that makes those communities so great because they defend each other and they know that we have seen everything. We know what's true. Yes, you take, but the thing is, if you take stuff out of context, you're gonna get screwed. And
there is that, but at the same time, you also have to think that the content doesn't make the creator, because even if they make like certain content, they do these certain things, it doesn't mean you actually know how they fully are. But in a sense, most of the time you can actually see it because, for example, the people that we mentioned so far, they've done some pretty good things, charity work and all that stuff. So yeah they are definitely good people.
But we can't point that out. We can't point that out. Sadly, if it's good things, we can't point it out because it's not. Yeah. Oh my God, he did a good thing. Delete.
What are you talking about?
He did charity work.
For saying these words, I must freaking what was this? I must torture myself with Bean Boozled jelly beans. No, seriously, I do have those. I need to actually make a challenge with these someday.
Yeah, and I'm
until what 2020 until these go bad.
Yeah, that's basically how long it's gonna take for you to actually do a challenge. Cough. So. Mine has already maybe gone out. I don't know. I have also been Boozled, by the way.
Yeah, 2020. I have until then, November 2020, until those go bad. So I think it's something to do with those. But anyway, to go back to the other topic of what I was trying mainly to go into is that I do like the fact that a lot of the top creators are definitely not like full blown loyal to like YouTube itself. They all know it has their problems. That YouTube itself has pretty bad problems, and it's pretty bad that those top YouTubers don't even get support. Not even the ones that haven't really done anything bad, like you've already name dropped Markiplier, but I'm just saying in general, like with him, for example, he hasn't really done anything bad channel wise or something that people would like put a conspiracy towards. The only real conspiracy he had was the cocaine thing, which was completely wrong. But the point is, there was that, and
Septic is also the same thing.
That much.
And Septic is same thing. He has not.
Everybody has. Every top YouTuber has a conspiracy against them that they do some kind of drug.
But the worst thing is, I love how I'm still gonna call him number one because he is number one because FT series. But seriously, Felix is the number one YouTuber, and YouTube doesn't give a F about him because he is the way he is. And that makes it even more funny because he just crash YouTube back because they show that it's not too much care about their own creators. In no way, shape, or form. Sometimes when they are big, because they are their own minds. Are you following YouTube rules and everything by standard 100%? Fine. You're gonna get help. Unless you F up a lot. Not mentioning a name this time. But
like I said, when it comes down to even people like that, like I said, even when it comes to like people like, again, like so I was saying, Markiplier, even someone like him, no, YouTube doesn't really actually contact him that much. You think like they're on like a friendly basis where they talk to each other about certain things going on because they're like, he's a very top creator that
most people should
get
know
some access with. But no, YouTube just doesn't really talk with those people that much, and they definitely don't talk to any of the lower ones. So we don't get anything. No one wins on YouTube.
But that's because, like we said, they are open-minded. They don't care about what YouTube said. They do what they want. They have always done that. And
Yeah.
they've always followed the rules that is more, like, those guidelines that is, like, actual good guidelines. Like, oh, you can swear in a video. Yeah, I don't really care. I do what I want. Swearing is not
that's
bad.
how the demonetization thing came the first time. Like, oh, hey, I said, I don't know, I said hell. Boom, yellow. Like, what is
You
that?
are
little yellow
demonetized.
next-
Like, no, that's just censoring shape. That is not good. That's gonna make people hate you even more.
Literally, it's a good alliteration, but freaking senseless censorship. Like, seriously. Well, it's not really alliteration. That's S and C, but whatever.
Like, when PewDiePie played PUBG and said the special word that we should not mention because it's a bad word. Yes, fine. That should be demonetized because it's a racial slur. It's not okay. That is
other stuff that I'm just like, there's some things that I understand obviously should because it's just wrong. But then there's other things that I'm like, it didn't used to be bad, but then it's like now it really is bad, which could just be like a year ago thing or a couple year ago thing. And it's like that's just kind of weird. But then you think about it, in a sense, a lot of the stuff that is really bad to say now was really acceptable back in the day. So it's like, oh, okay.
yeah.
I guess.
And also then you have
that. I mean, stuff that we used to say as like a kid, and I'm not gonna say the words obviously because they're still slurs, but the ones I'll just say this: one starts with an R, one starts with an F.
Ford.
Another one starts with a G. So for those
George.
words, you could probably get it in your head what they are, but in a way, maybe a few years ago, those were perfectly fine to say. There was nothing wrong with them. But then, it came more into society that people were getting more offended by it, and now it's basically a taboo stuff to do. So I'm like, well, okay. Don't entirely get it, but it's a thing.
I mean,
we get used to it.
Wait, G. Oh, you mean that? Give me like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
like
R, F, and G. You can get.
If I can get, because there can be like a lot, like work, word, Fiesta, Fernanda.
Do I need to send you it on Discord? Fine. Let me just send you the words on Discord. Screw this.
Or I could get myself, but I had to do. I get it. I'm not dumb. Dumb. Is it the word? Is it the F bomb I'm using?
The first thing I can somewhat get. The first one I can absolutely get, in a sense. The other two.
The G is probably the thing I am.
Yeah.
Oh, so you are not allowed to say cigarette. I got it.
Apparently not. No, that's actually wrong.
Do you know what the best thing that was the best thing I saw in? I think it was last year on when Septiceye again.
Ooh, there's another topic.
Yes, but when Septiceye made the Irish video about, and he was like, but that's not the word we use in Ireland. On a cigarette, and I was like, and he was like, yeah, but they can't put that word because.
I knew it was like the UK word, and I'm gonna say UK word because it's not just British; it's also Irish and everything else. But it's just basically around in the UK area. They basically say it.
Yeah.
For a cig.
The UK
or
and
for
Ireland.
Sticks, either way.
That's an issue. That is also an issue because if you go back, I'm gonna use the G word because I don't mind it because
You literally are. So why not go?
Yes.
Look at that. It's not gonna harm.
Yes, it's gonna because it's YouTube. Oh my god! A gay man said gay.
You say it.
A gay man said gay.
It really depends on how you say it. Because if you're saying it like someone who is, then that's fine. But if you say it like in a way of the way it used to be said, where you're trying to make it sound like you say that to say that something's stupid.
Yeah, and that is like that doesn't work anymore. I'm sorry, that has lost its.
That doesn't work anymore.
This has no
you
effect
can't say that anymore. Okay. I'm like,
I mean, but the funny part about it though, Yeah.
They used to also mean that people were happy, and I'm like, well, okay, I guess that's not a thing
I
anymore.
love how Family Guy made that joke though, gay, when it was like, gay in Australia means happy. In Australia, comes to England or United States. Oh, you're gay. Yes, I'm. That's so funny about old words that is like switch around. Like Crocodile Dundee makes the joke. Family Guy makes the joke about the word gay because it's so dumb. You cannot offend people anymore because of those stuff, because it's a word that has multiple meanings. Oh, I'm really gay today. Like, yes, you're happy. That's a thing. I don't think you
I think
gotta.
really they don't use that definition anymore because it's confusing.
Yeah.
Because more and more people are actually openly gay, so it's just
Yes.
like, so in a way it's more confusing to say that you're openly happy or you're openly into the same sex as you are. So it's like, okay,
Is he gay or is he gay?
like which is it, buddy? So it's confusing. So just keep with that. But to go the other bit, it just reminded me of a new topic that just came out that I didn't put on the thing, but I will mention. So what was it? It was
I don't know.
you were mentioning it before. What was it? What's the guy who just got in Smash?
Joker.
Joker. Yeah, there was a like song or something or
Oh
some piece of
yeah.
dialogue that he said, and people thought like this was in a Kotaku
Article.
thing
Kotaku.
article. Yeah, there we go.
Give it an
Article.
applause
And
to
by the way,
Kotaku again.
never trust Kotaku.
Like, unless you have base facts more than Kotaku, don't trust them.
Yeah, just don't trust them because they're not really the best article situation. They're mainly just for
I think
clickbait.
it's Kotaku and Polygon is the two like
whole
side stuff that you should not trust when it comes to news, because they like.
it's like the toxic side of news. Don't go there. It's the dark side. Don't go to Kotaku.
Welcome to the dark
Stay with
side.
Light. Stay with Game Rant and GameSpot and don't actually go to Game Rant, but anyway.
Join the dark side. We have cookies.
These days, no, they don't. They have lie.
But we have cookies too.
To go back to the point, I am going to say the slur because it's to tell you what it is that they thought it said, but obviously I don't mean any harm in it. But it's the fact that they thought that the dialogue had Joker say retarded.
Demonetized.
Not the right. Not the case. Not at all the case of what he said. He actually said retarget. That was the word he said. It's just that no one actually was. Here's the thing: they posted that right around as they got the giant. Like they just randomly posted like, oh, he's saying this. He's doing a disability or a slur for disabled people. Like, no. And even the developer came out later and said, no, they're actually saying retarget. Like they actually clear up the audio. It's like it says retarget. That's what it says.
Hey.
How can you just get that?
Because they want to trash something.
I mean, yeah, it sounds somewhat similar, but at the same time, it's like you gotta listen clear.
Wait, listen. What is this? Do you think we have to listen to stuff now also? Jeez.
Who has ears on the internet? We don't have ears. That doesn't exist here. We don't have a frontal lobe. Who has frontal lobes on the internet?
We should see also? Jeez.
The first thought that comes in our mind, we post.
Oh, he said a word. Okay, we're gonna post it and say it's bad. He just
By
said.
the way, I probably just offended a ton of people for saying that, but it's actually how it works.
Yeah, I can't let you out, you dumb cat. Pika Pika.
Have you taught your cat to speak Pikachu?
No. Could you do like our other cats could and open the door yourself? I'm not kidding. We lived on the sometime it could open the outdoor when we lived on the countryside by themselves.
Wow.
It jumped up and just slapped the door.
Wow. But to continue what was going on about, I guess I'll mention a bit of the conspiracy thing. Is like the author who wrote it, which everyone's trashing, later was trying to apparently they said they were trying to
Re-listen?
redeem themselves in a sense and
I've
trying to
seen the
say
tweets.
like, yeah, just like say like, oh, you know, it was the boss telling me to do all this, like saying like as soon as like just making me do all that. Tried to say like, no, it's just something that I had to post, so it wasn't really my thing, and then like, oh, my boss made me delete it. Which some cases, if this was the first offense of that, I'd perfectly understand that. Like I can understand there are really some terrible people who are bosses and managers in these situations that just make the employee do it and threaten them their job. Like you don't do it, you don't get a job, you're out. And it's just like it's terrible because like, oh, it's the only job you got, there's nothing else you can do. Especially if you're working for Kotaku, you're not gonna work for anyone else after this. Like you already ruined your life. but but then of course it's with a person who has constantly wrote some bad articles, even if it was to the boss's like only thing. I don't know. It's a conspiracy thing right now. No one knows like how it
It's the
actually is going.
truth.
I mean, you could believe it, you could believe her, you don't have to believe her.
Was
It's
it
whatever.
Kotaku? Was
But
it talk about
it's
Kotaku in general? Was it those that complained about Sekiro being too hard also?
I think they were the first one to go forward with that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and complained that they need an easy mode. Like, are you serious? It's like one of those games that are not meant to be easy. If you want an easy
Speaking
game,
of,
go play Tetris. It's fucking easy compared to that. But if you want to complain
Tetris
that
is
it's
a little
hard,
hard, but it is easier.
yeah.
That's
But
the thing.
like,
Sekiro is basically on the Dark Souls type of deal.
yeah,
It's basically those type of games.
yeah. And then people complain, and I'm like, no, stop it. It's like it's meant to be hard. It's one of those games that is meant
Yeah.
to be. It's not meant to be too easy. I mean, I get it if you want it to be. If they do it too unfair, that makes it like, okay, fine. That should. Oh my god, that baby scared me. But yeah, that stuff is. Stop complaining. Like, if you want an easy game, play like anything else that isn't Dark Souls related to the difficulty.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's like a bunch of stuff. Just to note, the baby is gonna be crying, but I'll be basically like muting every time I'm done talking. But when it comes down to it, it's like the Dark Souls type of stuff. Like, you know, you have Dark Souls, you have Bloodborne, now you have Sekiro. In one case, people obviously could say Cup Souls. You know, Cup.
Yeah,
You know, there's just like that whole
cupcake.
side of like gaming where there doesn't need to be an easy mode because the point of it is to be hard. So
Yeah,
there's that.
as long as you do it like a checkpoint system in a way, that is fine because then you have at least.
Oh, and forgot Darksiders 2. That's another game that's part of
Oh,
that kind of thing.
yeah,
Especially, eh,
I don't know about free. I don't.
threes.
I think I have one of the games on my PC
I think they
actually,
try to make it a lot harder in 3.
and I think that those sort of games is not my style, so I'm not playing those. Or because I have
Yeah, I mean,
Bloodborne on my PlayStation because I got it for
it
free.
was a free game.
There.
Yeah, I have it too, but I haven't played a single bit of it. I mean, I don't play Dark Souls. I don't play Bloodborne. I played a bit of the first Darksiders, and I do plan to play more of it sometime soon. Mainly, I'm Architect to watch at times because it's the whole reason why I started because they wanted me to play it. So there's that little bit. That's off topic, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, that's a lot of rant.
Yeah, but that is what
but
we do
no,
best.
yeah. Another thing about Kotaku that I gotta mention, by the way, I'm not gonna mention much about it. It's super old news. It's a super old article too. If you want to hear about it, it's a video, which is actually funny because for anyone who's like a fan of Game Grumps or anything, just search up Game Grumps Kotaku article. Just it's kind of funny. They make like a one article that's like completely trashing them, has a bunch of typos and a bunch of other stuff, and it's just a completely wrong information. And then they go off and make a second article that just like it's like, oh hey, these are great guys. Da, da, da. Like, really? You just made an article trashing them. Now you're making another one saying they're good.
Which one is it?
And I think they even made a mistake in the next article too. That they made more mistakes in that one. Like, oh, there's still stuff wrong. No, just don't trust Kotaku. Go somewhere else for your news. There's Even though IGN is kind of annoying and it's just everything these days, it's still more plausible. It's you're gonna get better info there. I think GameSpot's okay. Game Rant's a little shaky, but don't go to Kotaku. No.
Like Kotaku and Polygon, that's like no. I'm watching a YouTuber
Polygon's a little
specifically.
iffy.
Like that says
Yeah,
it. Those two is like going. He does gaming news. That's the Kotaku and Polygon is like no, that's not good. Unless you know they have the news that actually exists everywhere, don't go there.
I was like, everyone, when it comes down to like back when Tetris 99 was released around like the last Nintendo Direct, like when Tetris 99 was released, there was like a random hint, like even a Twitter page that was created, like a fake Tetris 99 thing that said, "Oh hey, the game is on the Nintendo Switch and the Sony PSP." Like, yeah, it's on here, and then an article actually fell for it and started writing a whole thing about like, "Oh hey, is this on the PSP?" Like, you didn't even download the game to try it. You just went off that page. You didn't test to see if it was true. You're just like, "Oh hey, it's there too." Like, what? And then you actually go on to it's like, "Oh nope, sorry, it's a fake." Like, learn. I think that actually was Polygon. That was a Polygon article. I don't know. I don't remember, but it was just stupid.
Didn't we talk
Like, I
about
even
this
saw myself.
also? I think we both talked about this. Was like
We talked about it in a Discord thing. Like I sent it. Like I was like, huh? Like I was thinking it wasn't real. I was like, huh, this is kind of weird. Why would it be on PSP? The
but that
store's
would
dead.
be
You can't even
fun.
access. You can't even access the PlayStation Store on PSP. So I was like, did they make another way to get it? Like, that'd be weird.
Physical
And I
card.
look more on the Twitter page. I'm like, oh, this is totally fake. This is totally fake. And then, and more as you read into it, it's like, yeah, fake. There's not even a download link. There isn't even a purchase link. It's nothing. It was just a troll account.
Yeah.
Also, I've run out of some of the drinks, so I'm like,
I still have something. I still have.
this is why I wish I had a mini fridge. I'd love to have a mini fridge, so I can just like have stock full of drinks in case I need it.
That.
Anybody want to donate so I can get a mini fridge?
I would donate you 0.26 bucks.
So basically,
26
I'll have, okay, so basically, you're just
62
gonna make
cents.
sure I have
50.
No, that'd be 52.
Yeah.
52 cents. Because 26 plus 26. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm a nice guy.
Yeah, I am like 0.01% on the way to buying a mini fridge in that case. No, that's just I wouldn't want a donation or tip. That is worthless. I could just get that on my own accord. That's just my own thing. That has nothing to do with stream stuff.
Well, I would not donate money to you. I would donate games to you.
Yeah, that's obviously a better course. Which that is a system on Streamlabs, which I don't have set up, where you can actually you put up a wish list, and people can basically, they send the money for that game, and it'll actually just give you the Steam key. So it just like boom, they bought you that game, and you can just have that Steam key. Like that system's kind of cool in a way. I just don't have it set up, mainly because I can't accept money. Thanks, PayPal. Wanted freaking to get verified, which I can't find the documents I need. Trying to find them, can't find them.
How'd you find them online? Everything else today?
No. One of the documents is you get them, and you're supposed to have them, and if you lose it, then you have to get brand new ones, and that means changing it completely. That ain't good.
Ain't good, eh, boy?
No, that ain't good. You gotta get something else entirely.
But I think we're starting to run out of stuff, and I think it's a really good time to end because my cat is starting to got the door down. Quite literally soon.
For quite a bit now. I'm actually gonna check the time we've been.
2:25.
Don't let me. I hate you.
2:26 in about few seconds.
2:26 now for me. but I want to check myself. I hate you. I said, don't tell me. I like knowing for myself. How dare you?
How dare you tell me stuff that I wanna
How dare
know?
you tell me things that I want to know? You don't need. I didn't want it from you. I wanted to find out myself because I'm selfish.
I mean, that's like asking
Anyway.
someone, "Oh, what's the then like go check yourself." Like, why ask if you're gonna check your?
I mean, I wanted to go check myself. I'm like, I think aloud. We're not a podcast. I think aloud. I don't know. Hopefully, one day I hope this actually can be better. This whole podcast situation, in a sense, like I feel like hardware wise, I'm set up fine. Software wise, however, I need to fix up some stuff, especially like the way the preview looks, because we have blurry freaking icons.
Okay, those
Maybe one day
icons
we
is
do like
terrible.
a webcam.
I promise you, you can on my screen you can barely see your icon's name on the name in the middle. The name in the middle. You see like an N, then maybe an E or like a terrible L. Then you
Right.
see the X.
But
Yeah, it's such a terrible. Ugh.
I don't know. Like I said, maybe in the future we can have like a face cam type of situation, but
But that's gonna be a little bit hard
I don't.
because we are on two different parts of the world, and I don't have a face cam on my PC. So,
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you were to get that in that sense, and then like say we could do Rabbit, for example. I think Rabbit has a system where you can have it to where when someone talks, it flips over to their camera, which would be kind of a seizure inducing whenever we talk over each other because we like just like keep switching.
and then these
You know.
200 people dead from podcast. No one knows why.
Right.
And then it tries to check the evidence.
Me too, considering I used to have seizures, but you know, as long as I don't look over. Right. I don't know. Like I said, I hope the quality ups. To note, like I said, I am recording this as well. I didn't do that beforehand because I want to actually edit these down audio wise and then upload it to a service that does podcasts. Like, for example, the one I'm trying to do is no, don't have any like sponsorships or anything.
I mean, we wouldn't mind if you gave us one. Wink, wink. Especially
Right.
energy drinks ones.
Usually,
Wink, wink.
Oh. Are we gonna be one of those people getting G Fuel sponsorship?
No,
And honestly,
I take Red Bull. Like Red Bull one or.
Probably Monster. I'll probably take Monster.
You can take your Monster. I
Monster
prefer
sponsorship.
Red Bull. That's,
Red Bull's okay.
oh my
maybe
god.
the new ones. Maybe the new Red Bull stuff.
Okay,
Because, like,
can we just point out, like, recently I tried to add different stuff in the videos, like, but also don't forget to buy Red, and then you like, but the most.
I don't know. The point is, whoever first sponsors, I'm in. Come, okay, no, I'm not saying first come first serve. Like, oh, you're a terrible company. I'm just gonna accept sponsorships. Like, or terrible.
Kotaku comes,
like,
hey, do you want to sponsor us? You're like,
it's like Kotaku. It's like, hey, you want to get sponsored by us? No.
You said the first one. You're like,
we accept sponsors. We don't accept losers. Even though we're nerds.
We may be losers, like, but we are losers with standards.
Back in the day, nerds were all losers. Yes. Like, no one was accepted as a nerd. But these days, it's the high thing. If you're a nerd, you're awesome. Most of the time.
But also, we may be losers, but we're losers with standards.
Right. We have a style for things. We gotta have it right. But I don't know. Point is, like, just everybody wants a sponsor. Go on ahead. But as I was saying, the audio is basically going to go on. I'm going to try this service called Castbox because that's the only one I can find so far where you can actually upload your own podcast while at the same time the service has a bunch of actual famous ones, you know, like all the like really good podcast stuff that are out there that people like. So that's something I can go for. Like, okay, I'll put it on the service. Not saying we're going to get a lot of viewership. It's a way to have the audio only version, so you don't have to have a YouTube video open staring at two blurry icons, two probably not even matched up mics, and a bad music thing, which is my side, and then or his side, depending on which one of us you're watching at the moment. Really depends. So you don't have to watch a video thing; you just hear us. Which, in a way, by the way, I've been actually getting really into like listening to podcasts while playing a game. Like I'll play a game, I put it on my Xbox in the background, just to have like a podcast running. I don't know why. It's kind of
I
soothing.
listen to
Like, oh, hey,
music mostly
got
when
something
I
to do.
play games.
Me too, but in a way, I kind of like the podcast thing too. It's like just something else to do. But yeah, that might as well be the end of the podcast. We kind of run out of topics. I mean, not really. There are some still on here that we could do, but we'll
It's
be
more
fine.
of the
It's just
timing right now. The time this started to be
yeah.
like we double. We,
We've already like ranted a lot on other stuff, and there's not really much to go on ranting on that end.
yeah, and
We've done what
so
we've
we
done.
start talking about topics, and it's gonna be the boring part of our podcast where we actually have a topic.
Right. Yeah, it's like, oh hey, it's like, okay, we're starting off slow, jump up, oh we're up here, now we're going back down.
Yeah, we're gonna.
That's basically how it went on our talking.
But with this, on both sides, because I think it's gonna keep it as a video on YouTube. So check out
Yeah, I mean,
each other.
it's gonna stay as a video no matter what. So
Yeah,
if you wanted to go do the audio thing, sure, go. That's what I'm putting it there
yeah.
for to
I
try it
hope you're
out, see how that
gonna
works.
send me a link so I can link it in my all three of, or at least
I
this podcast because
hmm?
yes, I want the link so I can send people want the audio stuff in there. So yeah, he probably
Well,
sent
that's
me
the
the
thing.
link.
That's something I was actually gonna. That is something I was gonna explain actually. I
Ooh,
was gonna explain that, but I got off track. But when it comes down to it, I don't know if I'm gonna put the first two on there. Like I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm like, that's more rough and more harder to do because I kind of set it up a little bit differently, especially the audio. Like in this one, I put the music audio pretty low in comparison to your voice, while the first two, I actually had it a little bit higher, so sometimes the music would get a little loud and I'd have to change it sporadically to actually try to fit. But now I just keep it one standard volume. So that's kind of my issue.
so if he doesn't upload, at least I'm gonna have a link to the
If I
website,
don't,
hopefully, unless he
yeah,
forgets to me. Hmm?
I should give it to you, but it's most likely I won't have episodes 1 or 2 on there. It'll start with 3,
Yes,
and the first 2, if I'm able to like add an addition to the file, I'll add in the beginning saying, hey, if you want to watch the first 2 or watch the first 2 episodes, you have to go to the YouTube thing, but the rest will be on here as well as YouTube. So
yes.
there's that.
So, and for those that are on YouTube and maybe if you're too dumb to watch the VOD, I don't know why people watch VOD sometimes, but people do. I prefer to watch it on YouTube, and I prefer watch videos on YouTube and streams on mostly
Yeah, I mean,
because
it
of the
really depends.
latency.
Unless they actually upload the videos on Twitch, like actually upload them, then I'm fine with that. I'll watch it there.
I have
But
not watched someone do that. But I'm
I
like
have.
we
It's
have talked
not
about
too bad. I
before.
mean,
It's
it
like
actually
cutting
does have a
down
live
the
chat.
video or the streams also, like that too. More of the highlights of the.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't forget to both subscribe to both of us. Nexus 71C. There is a link in the description. I have done a thing, so I did a smart thing for once. I think Nexus is right here, but I had two different links in my two people, but that's because I've started to do like those I stream with a lot. So I put both those links in the description, so I don't have to do it every single time. Yes, I'm here.
I have mine set up in a way.
And then
Like
also follow us on Twitch.
yeah.
Also in the
Thing is,
description.
on the YouTube, well, on mine end right now, I only put the YouTube link, like for you. I only put your YouTube link.
You don't put your own
Only
Twitch
because
link
I
even?
see. No, my own Twitch link isn't in there. I didn't put your YouTube link in, or I put your YouTube link. I didn't put your Twitch.
Yeah. Apparently you have to go to my YouTube link to get to my Twitch link. So good luck for you.
I can
Add
add it
both.
later. It'll be fine.
Yeah. But like and also what else do we have? Like, because that's funny when we see a like.
I mean, hey, we see more likes, then it's like, oh, hey, don't like just to like. I mean, that's the thing. Like, don't just do that. Just be like, oh, hey, we're saying like to like. Don't just do it because of that. Actually, do like
because
if
you
you
like.
liked it. There's something you liked about it.
And if you
Yeah,
dislike
you
it, dislike it.
enjoy it.
That's the thing. Disliking it,
Yeah.
and that's another thing. Another YouTuber says is give us critique. Give us a critique of what can we do better, what can we do worse, what we can do worse. That I promise you, we can do a lot of stuff worse.
Yeah.
You can just sit this
There's
silent
a
for
lot of stuff we could
2 hours.
One of which I already know someone's gonna mention to do better. Well, two things. One, saying to get the topics a little bit better on hand. I mean, we have good topics, it's just we don't settle onto them very well. So there's that. And
Yeah,
then
to be honest,
somebody's
we're not gonna, we
fix
don't
the
do that. We
recorders.
don't follow topic. Oh, they
But
finally,
there's
someone
that.
opened the door. I was gonna open. I did. I was busy. Okay, so I don't need to release the cat at least. I'm gonna get yelled because I didn't release it, but I was busy. You can let me be. Okay. So, and also, give us critique if you think something is not good or. And no, we're not gonna feel that we stay on topic because no, that's not us. If you want someone to stay on topic, watch someone else that actually stay on topics. But we have that we do the topics and then we rant on about side stuff about the same topic. We are on the topic, but it's not on the topic.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, besides, it is technically our podcast, so we're gonna talk about what we want to talk about. I mean, we have our topics that are suggested, like we have the topics that we can talk about, but then when something really pops in our head, we can just like start talking about it. And if it's just like we talk about one thing and it's like we did before, we were talking about Fallen Order, and then when we start talking about EA, then we start talking about game companies. It floats around.
Yeah,
we do what we want.
And that is a thing also that just mentioned suggested. Suggest some topics like specific, like something that is new for the that doesn't get old in 2 weeks. That is like doesn't get outdated in 2 weeks, preferably.
Yeah, if you're watching this past 2 weeks or like past say 3 weeks of it coming out, just don't worry about it.
Yeah, you still can give us a topic for the.
I mean, you can, but it's just like don't expect it for the next episode. Don't expect that to be the next episode's thing, like directly after the one you just watched. Expect it maybe be like maybe 1 or 2 if it's actually recent.
And if it's a topic that we do prefer, like if it's like a specific game you want us to talk about, that's gonna be that we can do too. But I think, I mean, I should mention that we talked about yesterday about the breakdown segment we wanted to do, like you wanted on your reaction channel.
We do have like a segment that we're thinking about, which is like breaking down, going into an anime. It could be any anime, or
specifically something that is games or anime, or specifically something can break down.
An anime or something. And I mean, if it's a game, maybe I could do in the main. I don't know. It depends on the segment idea. But if it's like an anime in general, it's like we can go through each different arc and actually review it. Like say what was good, what was bad, just like nitpick it a little bit.
And that's an idea that is not gonna probably be streamed on either.
Yeah, because I feel like it'd be way better in a recorded format because we could edit that down and actually make it good and actually have like on-screen prompts for stuff that's happening. Like, have like a screenshot of the event we're talking about or whatever, just stuff like that.
Yeah. And then we probably have to like switch in the middle about, we're talking about this part of this arc. We need to switch a little bit of the arc switches a little bit, so we need a picture of that part. So it's gonna be like, so that needs to be a little bit cut, and it's probably gonna be like at least 10-20 minutes only, as with the podcast itself. So it's gonna be part of this nerd ensemble. So I don't know if you have a perfect name yet for the ID, but I think I should mention it because we don't. But
I mean, it's not entirely an original idea because a lot of people do it, so you kind of have to think of a good name for it.
So we're gonna keep the nerd ensemble because that is important. But what we add to it is the ID. We don't have a follow-up of the name, like the nerd ensemble and what it is about, like the nerd ensemble breakdown.
It isn't really.
That sounds depressing.
That sounds kind of stupid. It's just like,
that sounds so depressing. The nerd ensemble breakdown.
Like came across that like nerd ensemble breakdowns, like that. I don't care about that. And then you see some other thing that's just like, oh, breakdown of this. It's like, no, I'm gonna go click on that. That looks more better.
A cat breaking down a wall. I'm so obsessed with cats.
Though, if you have any ideas on that title, sure, why not? Go ahead and give some ideas. If you also think it's a good idea to have that type of segment, don't think it's going to be a part of the podcast. It's probably just going to be a recorded thing, but still going to be us two, and we'll have links and stuff about it.
Yeah.
They summarize a little bit of it on the podcast, not to throw any spoilers to the video of it, but still.
Like, we can probably
idea,
point out this video exists. You should go watch it if you like this stuff. We talked about this
podcast is probably gonna have a lot of self-promotion between the two of us. It's probably gonna happen.
Don't subscribe to Nexus. I mean, subscribe to Nexus.
Upload very much. It's untrue, but it's
like
true.
Yeah. That's the running jokes here is that he doesn't upload. No, it's coming videos. I promise, it's coming videos. Or at least it says it does, but
I am currently editing.
Yes. But it's Nexus, so
editing another one that was gonna take a little bit longer because I'm also editing someone else's videos too. We'll just go with that.
And then you have a video that should have been out like 2 months ago.
That's what I just said. I'm editing another person's videos, so I have to put that one on the back burner.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You have like 3 different videos you have to do. Like you have the one we did, you have the one we did 2 months ago or something, then you have the other parts, then you have your own video we did last week, I think. Ago.
Just turn my fan on. But
yeah.
By the way, remember when we were talking about how we ramble and we go off topic at times? Yeah, we were gonna be ending this like maybe 10 minutes ago, maybe a little bit earlier than that, and we haven't even tried. We've just been going off and off, so we should probably end it by now. So
wait, and this again, what is that? How do you end something?
What is this end? I've only known to start. God, that is like
such a classic game, like classic gaming. Also classic gaming. Like, oh, I'm just gonna do this quest before I end. Oh, wait, I'm just gonna do this also. And like 2 hours later, oh damn.
It's like a thing on my channel, because if you realize on my streaming, for example, I will start streaming a game and I will always go to another game and start another one. Never know the end.
Talking about which, we're gonna do Minecraft soon enough, and I'm gonna force Nexus even if he doesn't want to. Because
I don't see that ending anytime soon. I don't really see it ending.
But we have to do it, because otherwise it's not gonna end ever.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna force him to do at least, we're gonna do a few streams on that. Because I'm feeling like doing that, but he doesn't, so I'm gonna have to force him to do it. Even if he doesn't like it. But, you're chickens, man.
They can get along without me.
But the skeletons and everything left. You're like, should I have probably fed them though?
Yeah. Anyway, as we were saying.
Okay, I'm hearing chickens in my headset now. Am I going crazy?
Wow. Probably, but yeah. It's definitely going to be the end now, because we keep rambling and we just need to end this. We need to finish off this podcast stream.
Wait. I'm going to end in a specific second. Wait for it.